Good evening, one and all. It is Wednesday, it's the middle of the week, and it's time that we jump into some more good old Warframe. Welcome on everyone, hope you're doing well where you are around the world. We are indeed back on Dan today. Oh yes indeed, back onto Dan, back onto making our way through this challenge to defeat the Murmur on the Steel Path. Rhino? Absolutely. This is what Dan has access to, a Vault and a Rhino and a Caliban technically, but we don't talk about that one. A Vault and a Rhino is what Dan has available.
A new alert has begun. It will be marked on navigation.
And it's cute that those alerts keep on popping up with the volatile modes, but it's not something that Dan can do anything with, so it's kind of irrelevant to him. Kind of irrelevant. But the idea for Dan today is to very simply make some progress around the starchart, because I don't know if you've noticed this. I'll go through the profile, it'll be easier. There's quite a few nodes. Yeah, in order to complete the starchart, there are 256 nodes in total, and Dan is at 145, which means I am over halfway through. I am over halfway, and in only 35 hours all told. But that means there's still a lot more to do. And so Dan is going to be making his way through that. Dan has got these lovely area open up. This area could be opened, but I am saving that for the next video I put together. Lavos Prime is going to come first in terms of videos, then Dan can have the scene again. So for now, it is entirely a focus on just clearing more of those nodes that have been skipped out along the way to the progress that Dan has made so far. Those say less than 35k spanners left to postcard? Noise. Thanks for the pop. Yes, indeed. Alright. As we see with these mastery icons, I've completed Mars, Phobos, Ceres, Mercury, Venus, Earth. All of that lot is done. So, Jupiter cannot yet be done due to the quest requirement. Let's have a look at Southern Europa. Oh, yes. We've got a Crossfire Spy, and you know what? Why not start right there? Rhino in a spy mission, it's totally normal. Totally normal. I've been doing some fiddling some more with a Lavos Prime today, and looking to further refine the builds that I have available to make it even more interesting. I think y'all are going to like what I have been cooking with Lavos Prime as and when that video comes out. I've not got as much done on the video today as I would like to have done. I usually set aside like 6 hours on a day like this for YouTube stuff. Instead I've only got about 3.5 hours done today, so I'm not particularly happy with myself on that. But it's fine. I've realised we got in-game music and out-of-game music. Let's kill the out-of-game. There we are. That feels better.
If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
Wait. Let's sneak our way through this. How? How was he aware of me? I specifically meleeed so he wouldn't be aware of me. How was he aware of me? This is not how awareness works. I can't go through that one. Okay. Secret menu 4? Yep. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Go for cameras. Okie dokie. That one is through a wall but won't count. This one, there was one here, but maybe not. Maybe not. There we go. Does it make me feel better or worse? You can't complete starchart yet no matter how hard I try. Honestly, I'm fine with it because I don't need to complete the starchart. I'm just making progress towards it. I'm not at all concerned with the amount of completion, just making progress. Because I know in the end it's all going to come together.
Stay focused.
Hello Tyken, hope you're doing well. How many nodes are quest locked? Oh, quite a few. Like, when you really think about it, a lot of nodes are quest locked. The Zaraman, half of Deimos, you've got, well, also the Deimos open world, Cetus open world, Tuner open world, so that locks a number of things there. You've got technically all the Railjack nodes are all behind Rising Tide. I guess you can technically say that. Ropalolis node. 1999 nodes. Like, there's a lot. Quest lock for Dan by now, not in general. Oh, I see, sorry. Yeah, still plenty locked for Dan. Anything that requires New War, locked. Absolutely everything that is New War is locked, for obvious reasons. Let me just focus a little bit on this. Whee! There we go. Nailed it! Now we just need to nail this. Got it. Got it. Easy. Whee!
Data extracted. They won't even know it's gone.
Hello there, Sally. Welcome on in. Flap goes the camera. Not that I need to kill that one now, but yeah. Need Steel Path Railjack? Yeah, I'm going to pass on that, thank you, Byte. I'm going to pass on that. Multiple reasons, not least of which, there's too few people already playing Railjack. Do you want all the queues to be forever empty? That just sounds terrible. Now also add in Voidstorm Exo Gokstad officers. Yeah, no, let's pass on that. Cheers, Kelton. A lot of junctions have quests. A lot of junctions do have quests, I suppose, in terms of quests you need to complete to get to them. So, yeah, I suppose there is that. Out of curiosity, do I think the 1999 locks Steel Path? It does according to the wiki, yes. It does according to the wiki. About the only nodes I won't have to do for Steel Path are Railjack nodes, because they're just not part of it. I won't need to do the Jade mission, I won't need to do the Mesa mission, and I won't need to do Jordan's Golem. Oh, we've got the same vault twice. Well, that happens. Also, that shooting was abysmal. You know what? I don't care about the affinity. What? Oh, bollocks. Let me try it again. I don't care about the affinity.
Alarms. Data destruction is imminent. You need to hurry.
Yes, I won't need to do the Degath node. Very true as well.
You got it. The data is still intact. We have everything we came for. Get to
Yeah, as long as I do one of these vaults silently, I don't have the exterminate on the end, so it's all good. Man, so many Scrammus. Grendel missions? Yep, won't need to do the Grendel missions. Very true as well. Now, I'm probably going to have to break a lockdown here, aren't I? Okay, that door was conveniently open. That door's open. You know, it looks like the lockdown hasn't worked. I don't know how that happens, but the lockdown hasn't worked. I'm just leaving.
Kingy hide, kingy higher.
Yo, Alania, thank you very much for subscribing once again with your Prime. Up onto 10 months, got that lovely double digit there. Cheers. Mm. And I got a Vara Shafty blueprint. Sorry for the slurpiness on the tea. Malasi just saying, well, that's kind of crazy at this rate. I think Access Steel Path would be too much of a song if they had more nodes that lock Steel Path. Malasi does. Is that a problem? Be real with me. Is that actually a problem? Because, as pointed out here in the stats, I have completed 146 out of 256 nodes already in this amount of playtime. That's already a significant portion of those nodes cleared out. Should someone really want or need to access Steel Path before they've played 256 missions of normal mode? 256 missions. Like, that's not exactly a big ask. And all of the endless ones, you just do a single rotation, you dip out. 1 excavator, you're done. 5 minutes of survival, you're done. 5, soon to be 3 waves of defense, you're done. Those nodes are really, really quick. If someone's not in a position to do 256 nodes of normal mode, why do they want to have access to Steel Path? The only reason someone will have access to the ability to take on Steel Path with fewer than 300 missions done is because they purchase their way there, to be quite honest. They won't have the materials to give themselves reasonable steel path setups at that point. Now, I will say for arbitrations, my opinion is different. Arbitrations are level, what, 60 to 80, I think they are? And that's the same level of the 1999 missions. So these limited arbitrations come out with special rewards behind them, and you can't even access them until you've already completed all of the 1999 missions. Now that does feel wrong to me. I feel like arbitration should just be automatically online on completion of the new war, if not just before completion of the new war. The fact that it comes online at the same time as Steel Path, the same requirements for arbitrations in Steel Path, despite the fact that arbitrations are an order of magnitude easier than Steel Path, that feels really weird to me. That feels really weird to me. Yeah. I was just saying, 2 expansion new areas to go. We'll have starch enemies high level in Steel Path Earth. I mean, we already have them with bounties. That already happens. Is defection a problem? No, it's not. People complain about it because it's boring, and I agree on that, but it's not a problem. There's a handful of defection nodes. I think there's probably as many defection nodes as hijack. It's really not a concern.
We need to destroy the reactor.
It doesn't matter how many nodes there's going to be for Steel Path. People are always going to complain about the number of nodes for Steel Path. Always. And always that complaint is going to be pretty unjustified, in my opinion. It's Steel Bloody Path. It's starchart++. It's the next step upwards. It's plus 100 goddamn levels and the health boost on top of it, which is not a small boost. Go play the normal modes first. Just finish them. Go play the rest of the goddamn game. Someone who is anchoring for Steel Path like that doesn't have access to the Steel Path Arcanes, will have a very limited supply of primary and secondary adapters, will likely have a very limited supply of melee adapters. They're going to have no galvanized mods, unless they've traded for them in all of these cases. Even for the adapters, you can't buy them on the market until you've reached the Steel Path when it comes to primaries and secondaries. Like, genuinely.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Needed to call in a friend to help you with the hijack nodes? Well, here's the thing. On the context of people getting to Steel Path, if you need to call in a friend for a star chart node, you're not ready for Steel Path. As far as I'm concerned, that's a fact. It doesn't matter if you could complete a Steel Path mission, because let's face it, there are Steel Path spy missions. Anyone can complete them. If someone needs any kind of support on the star chart, they're not yet ready for Steel Path. Hello there, Emily Magic. Welcome on in. Alright then, next up... Oh, hey, it's a hijack. Let's go do it. Oh wait, it's a hijack if it's parent sequence into defense otherwise. People complaining about hijack. Parent sequence bonus. Let's do it. Steel Path Inception is worse to do solo. It's difficult, yes. It is difficult.
Your calculated survival probability is encouraging. Good luck.
We are here to
that
hijack a
is an interesting route.
loaded with valuable cargo.
Hijack's pain in the ass. Just because you can't do it doesn't mean you won't avoid.
Corpus are trying to scavenge anything of value
You know what? I
from
don't really
scratch
understand
ships.
exactly
This
what you mean by that. I can't tell if there's a typo in there somewhere. It does bite, yeah. I get what you say on the whole buying of adapters. I only found out about this today, actually, is that they're locked even though you can get them sooner. You can get them from Duviri, from Akrathis.
Hold on, Tenno.
But again,
Just got more
it just doesn't count.
The Corpus have corrupted the rover's power cell.
Alright, well, let's walk this in.
But its new source of power will be your Warframe's shields.
Good old Warframe shields powering this straight through my overguard. Don't ask how it works. It's also consuming my overguard? Nope, never mind, that stopped. I must have been shot from somewhere I didn't see it. You have nightmares about the beep of Inception? Oh, come on. It's the beep of disruption that really gets people. That's one that gets stuck in your noggin. Especially if you played it before the easy marker got added. Yeah, I'm just going to use a small laser here. It's just going to be a little bit more effective. I want that energy. Yoink. Let's give a moment for my shields to recharge. They're getting a little bit low. Swoop. That should be enough to walk it in.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
It's loaded to set up the shield powered alternative propulsions, which presumably gives you the go ahead. Oh, I'm giving it a go through it, even go the other guard. Yeah, it makes sense. Kind of.
Protect the rover. If it's destroyed, this mission will
Just kind of.
a failure.
Lotus, we're not even close to failure. Don't hit with the whole, it'll be considered a failure. We're not even slightly concerned about that. This thing has got so many hit points. Okay, I'm getting a little bit stopped up on stuff here. Are we getting things stuck in the wheels? What's stopping us? Okay, that was weird. Things stuck in the wheels, that's what that was. Yeah, Malicidos. I get why some people will be impatient to access Steel Path, but again, if they're at the point where they can do Steel Path, either they bought their way there, in which case tough shit, go play the goddamn game, or they haven't, and, well, they've been playing enough to get to Steel Path, but they just haven't done it in the right places. They're just choosing to do it. They are. I get, and I sympathize with the desire to get it over and done with, but I don't see it as an unfair requirement for hard mode. Do enemies damage the rover? Yep. You can see it taking damage a lot faster than -10 per second. And... almost there? There we go. Hello, Raptor.
Got it. Let's head home.
Oh, my shields went down. Oh, is that what happened? I ran out of shields. Right, fair enough. My bad. How does our landing craft pick up the giant rover? Sci-fi magic. Alrighty. Next mission. Let's go. Excavation or excavation? I'm going to just do excavation. I don't really care about Cuva. Oh, actually, no, wait. That reminds me. Didn't I pick up a rhythm mod? Was it primary, secondary, or melee? Which one was it? There we go. It's melee. Okay. Land 6 consecutive headshots while in Arcwing in the plane. Never mind. I don't have an Arcwing launcher, so never mind. let's just go excavation. You guys has a lot more hit points in Steel Path. Honestly, I haven't checked. I don't know what exactly is involved with Steel Path hijack, because I just don't care for it. There's no rewards there. It's shit.
Proceed to the marked dig site.
Because that's the issue, really. People don't say there's too many nodes. People say there's too many nodes they don't want to do. And hijack is an excellent example of that. Because who the fuck wants to play hijack? That's the reality of it. It's a boring mode with no rewards.
Excavator is ready to go. Use fuel cells to keep it powered while protecting it from enemy fire.
Alright, fuel cell, yoink. There's another one. That's gonna have a bit. have an easier time with the extra starting capacity. Yeah, that is going to be nice. That is going to be nice. Because it has been a bugbear of mine that someone gets a brand new weapon, they can't even put one mod onto it. You just end up with something so terrible that you can't level it on the missions you've already reached. I think when leveling the Heck, I had to basically do low-level missions for a few levels, then do medium level, then do slightly more than medium level, working up to the point that I could actually get a reasonable amount of affinity for it. It did feel a little stupid. Is there a giveaway? Yes, there is! Exclamation mark raffle. It's in the stream title. It's a command you can use. Corpus hijack could be more fun if we could enter transport. I guess. I don't feel like that's really the biggest issue for hijack. For me, I feel like the biggest issues for hijack are the lack of actual interaction just with the mode, and a complete lack of rewards. Not even relics. There's just nothing. Which code of weapon am I most excited for? I've not really cared to get excited for them until I have their stats. I will enjoy the weapons when I can enjoy them. Hijack can stand on things and shoot at everything that moves. So's defense. So's mobile defense. Survival, there's not even a thing to stand on. Yeah, Chronosia. Mobile defense also sucks and most people don't play it unless they're forced to. People will play mobile defense if it is on a sortie, if it's on a Archon hunt, if it's on a relic fisher, if it's a node they need to clear for Steel Path, or they'll play it if they have it as part of a quest. Pretty much no one goes to mobile defense outside of the Void just to play mobile defense. There is always some other reward. And that's because there's only so many mission types in Warframe. Let's break these down. We've got kill enemies for a time. And then this one is kill enemies for a time while standing in places. Kill enemies whilst the place you stood on moves. Kill enemies whilst the place you stood on doesn't move. Kill enemies. Just that. We have over here, kill one particular enemy. Over here, don't even need to kill the enemies anymore. Over here, maybe kill some enemies, but just open some doors. How about this one? What's behind here? Kill the enemies whilst the thing you stood on spins. Up here, kill the enemies if you want, just open the doors. Kill these specific enemies. Warframe's a pretty simplistic mode. Everywhere. There's only so much variation you can get out of these very basic ones. It's why some of the more recent game modes have been much more interactive. You look at Disruption, you look at Ascension, you look at Alchemy, you look at Void Cascade, you look at Void Armageddon even, although I'm not a fan of that mode. There's so much more interaction to actually have an objective in those missions, rather than please go here and kill. But mobile defense, it's please go here and kill, and it doesn't even reward you for doing so. So I am absolutely unsurprised that the node just sucks. At least with survival you've got round rewards, and that round reward usually includes relics. You've also got the only objective really just be kill as much as you can. It feeds you a bunch of enemies to really fuel that. That's so much better than just please go here and kill. Well, no, I'm going to just kill this tile and kill that tile. It at least has a bit of a tower defense kind of thing trying to happen with it. It's got some more to interact with, is my point. Where missions have something to interact with, then there's more going on. But if a mission has nothing to interact with, and it has no rewards to receive for doing it, why the hell would anyone care?
Find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
Imagine if relics dropped from hijack as quickly as they did capture. Consider that for a moment. You complete a hijack mission, and you get a minimum of 1 relic. You get 2 relics if it's on half health, 3 relics if it's on 3/4 health somehow. Imagine if that was the rewards in hijack. How many more people would play those nodes then?
Capture them quickly before they
Or
escape.
crazier still, if it was those rewards, but on the higher tier hijacks, you're looking at Axie relics available. How many more people would play hijack if you were getting those kinds of relics out of it?
Excellent work. We'll interrogate the captive back at base.
So that's the reason people don't play hijack. It's got nothing special compared to other nodes, and no reward for doing it. And the same is true for mobile defense. They could make it endless as well. They could have them respawn. Yeah, there could absolutely be an endless hijack. Constantly walk ones in. Not sure it's really necessary for it to become an endless mode where you can just replay the mode, but yeah, there is the possibility of that. But I still feel that reward tables are the much more accessible option. Capture's just too efficient compared to pretty much every node. Partly that, partly also it's a void thing. Only void captures give you relics like that. Other capture missions, the rewards suck. I don't know why I'm killing these, just to talk. I'm done here.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
Yeah, Marcinos. The nature of an ever-changing game, there's always going to be bits we can go, back in my day, even if you've only been playing for like a month or so. Yeah, Legasite Harvest was an interesting twist. Yeah. Defense mission. Sure, let's get it done. Isn't defection basically endless hijack? With a excavation twist. Sure.
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcements arrive.
But again, defection. What's the rewards from it? People hated the hell out of defection, partly because 1, the crew would get stuck in places, and 2, the rewards mostly sucked, but they were forced to go there for Harrow for a long time. And people wanting Harrow ended up hating the defection because of just how much of it they had to do. They hated it so much that instead of making the drop rates better, DE put the drops in other missions. They took what defection had going for it and put it somewhere else. Of all the solutions, that one was not the one I'd have picked. That is not the one I'd have picked. Thank you, Circuit. Not just Circuit, I'm talking they added it to the Cuba goddamn Fortress. Like, you know this mission, these Cuba missions that people already do for the Cuba? What if we give them more rewards and tell people they no longer have to play defection? just straight up gave up on the defection. It's certainly a choice. It is certainly a choice. If the pathway was better, you wouldn't hate it. Yeah, when the units get stuck, it just makes the mission feel like a slog. Whenever you have to fight against game mechanics breaking, a mission will feel like a slog. There's just no getting around that. That's just slog. Thought I might have unlocked a Zenrik node. Turns out I haven't. Is this how the Harrow Chassis Emergency Fund started? No. The Harrow Chassis Emergency Funds is just because they were always dropping from relic fishers plentifully. Like far more you'd ever need. Which itself is another weird choice. Like, here is a Harrow Chassis blueprint. Would you like to build it, young player? Sure, yes please, I'm going to build Harrow. Where do I get the other parts? Well, it turns out you need to complete one of the scariest quests in the game, which is also locked behind these other quests, and also you then need to go ahead and do some defection, and probably just bash your head against something else. Oh. But don't worry, you can build the Harrow Chassis now. Is it worthwhile? Nope. How much does it cost? All of your alloy plate. Welcome to Warframe. It makes sense. To someone. Yeah, it's very weird. The only reason I can think of for Harrow Chassis dropping from Void Fishers is it's where the Void is breaking through and Harrow is trying to prevent the Void from breaking through, so I guess there is that relevance there. I guess? It's the best I can think of. But it still just feels so weird to have them drop on their own without the other Harrow pieces. So far from the other Harrow pieces, and well before you even get access to the quest for Harrow. And then they just keep dropping. Oberon parts used to drop from the Xmas. I don't know if they ever dropped from the Corrupted specifically, but they used to drop from Xmas. Yeah. Triggering.
We're done here. The extraction team will take over from here. Time to evacuate.
Goes to show the game is so good that Windows Slayer is just airs Warframe for you, baby. I mean, I don't know if I call that a good thing about it. It's more just a thing we accept because there is enough of a good game that we just move on. But like, I've said similar about other games, which I've dropped entirely because it's like, yeah, this keeps on being shitty. Ash used to be a lot easier to farm too. Yeah, Ash has moved place multiple times over. And now resides over in Railjack. At least they made escort NPCs get affected by Fold, Wisp, and Teleport. Yeah, they used to not. They used to not be affected. Yeah. It's little things like that that can improve a game mode massively, and you almost wonder why they weren't there from the start.
I thought we had seen the last of this Reddit.
Is the main goal for today just clearing starchart? Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, the personal quarters is the next bit for quest progression. It's actually already built. It's been sat in my foundry for days. It's just that I want to save that for a recording for a next damn video. Whereas clearing starchart, this does not need to be in a damn video. No one, and I mean no one, needs to watch me go through 100 nodes of normal starchart in a YouTube video. In a stream it's different. Stream you can get this interaction you're getting here. A YouTube video it's just, no. Just no. Yeah, defection of the guaranteed Manix, which was another Ash farm as well. And that's the thing, people were managing to farm entire Ash sets whilst trying to get a Harrow set, which added value to defection, and that value was also gone. So similar to Hijack, the rewards for doing the mission were being taken out. People will play missions they enjoy, but people will also play missions they don't really enjoy because they want the rewards from it. It's weird when you think about it. We will spend so much time doing things we don't want to do in a game, our free time, just because there is something attached to it that might give us what we want as well. It's almost silly.
We're almost done. Stay alive and
This is very much hang out and watch the grind territory. Yeah, and you'll maybe learn things along the way as well. Like how the raptors can almost kill themselves. Did it? Oh, it didn't fall in. Damn.
stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Alright, I'm gonna try and
I'm seeing massive massive internal damage to that
Try and get this one here. Oh, shit.
Keep it up.
No. Yes. Yeah. Didn't have to pick it up.
The entire
Nailed it.
factory has gone critical. Great work, Tenno. The Corpus financiers will regret
The original
this.
Warframe Golf.
Now, get out of there. Walkers incoming.
Yeah, if you're quick enough, you can get all three of them that way, I think. You just need to be right on the correct positions. In a solo down run, yeah, it's not as easy to do. Not as easy to do. Excuse me.
They won't be bothering us anymore.
Ta-da! And a Nova Systems, which we don't care about. We don't need Nova. We ain't thinking of portals. 7-hour long game lore essay video. Even that. Miss me with that. Oh no! I forgot to do the fan mail thing. Oops. Yeah, we'll just move on. Alright then, and then the last node of Europa, which is a crossfire something. I'm gonna guess crossfire exterminate, but yeah. Yeah, Infested Salvage has a little bit more to interact with, but again, it's being forced to do it for so long for the rotation C reward with a low drop rate. Older DE has a lot of those. I don't know what it was about DE's original design ideas, but they have a lot of, hey, did you want to play this game? Did you want to play this game until you hated it? There was a lot of that in the older designs. Like, a lot. And don't get me wrong, we still have some of it now, even to this day. Things like the Ambassador Farm are not exactly the most accessible of things. Things like, if you don't use the pity system currencies, or don't wish to use the pity system currencies, some of the weapons that you can get from Dante's farm, from Citrine's farm, from Varuna's farm, from Cytonine's farm. Those are the modern variants, but at least they have alternative methods of acquisition. Even if those alternative methods are at times a little stingy, you can still get there eventually. Remember doing a 20-minute raid for one arcane? Ugh. I mean, actually 20 minutes isn't terrible, but considering you have to then get multiple arcanes, it's a little bit more terrible, yeah. Bro. Where's it trying to send me? Over here, there we go. Yeah, the fact you one part off. Worstolter? Worstolter. Oh, Ambassador? I'm not sure. I'm gonna guess if you are talking about Ambassador, then there is one specific part you're missing, because it's the one that drops a lot harder than all the others. Yep. Yeah, so it's not so much a part. You've got the part, it's the blueprint you're missing, and that's separate, yeah. This might be the first time you've heard that track with the violin strings. Oh yeah, no, that's infested all over. Speaking of which, Europa cleared. Let's go have a look at the void. I've got some nodes here. I've just got the one node to do. Survival. One thing you hated with the latest Warframe release is the fact that blueprints are becoming more problematic to get. When was the last time you got a main blueprint you can just buy from the market for a small amount of credits? That's a very good question. I think it's been a very long time. But I think part of that is because there's enough in the market already. They're adding, you know, rather than fodder that you just kind of burn through on the market for, it's meant to be gameplay to then get the new item. So I can understand why D aren't adding more to the market that way. It's already got plenty, and it's very foddery. I mean, technically, you could count the Incarnans, because a lot of people would have had to repurchase those items to then Incarnate them. But I suppose a lot of people would have just gone for primes were available too. It's a bit of a mixed bag. Noobs are a lot of trouble realizing the market's not just buy for plat. Oh yeah, I complain about that all the time. Yo! Is that Bandlele? Bandle? Yeah, I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce that fully. I'm gonna go with Band. Band! Thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime. Welcome into the channel proper. And enjoy the lovely blue sub badge next to your name. Cheers for that. Yeah, I've said many times over, my initial experience with Warframe got me to quit Warframe at like MR1. Straight up. Because the missions were ridiculously easy, the story was not exactly grabbing me. The whole the whole War's Prize sequence. And when I opened up the arsenal the first time, I was like, oh, what other weapons can I equip? Because I saw this equip button to equip other weapons. I had a look, and I was just hit in the face with plat! That's all I could see, all the way down. Plat, 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 plat. I was like, wow, okay. What is this thing? Is this... Oh, that's the premium currency. Okay. How do I get it? And I looked at how much one weapon was. I was like, I am not paying that for one weapon. No. Good God, no. And it lost me. What year did I start? I restarted 2019. It was shortly after Wisp came out. But the original time was, I think, probably around... I think it was the release of Plains of Eidolon? I'd have to double check, to be honest. I'd have to double check. But yeah, that's going back a while. And it hasn't improved since. DE have adjusted the arsenal slightly, but not much. It still has the same broad appearance of screw you, spend plat. How do I feel about the fact that 2019 was 6 years ago? I don't really have a feeling about it. Yeah. Time moves on. At least you don't pay plat for revives anymore. True, I was never around for that. That would have had me straight out of the game. Like, straight out and probably never looked back. Yeah, early game Warframe is obnoxious to get into without someone pointing you in the direction of where the game's supposed to happen. The Tenno Guide is an improvement on that, but new players don't just want a single linear path direction, and certainly not one that's so damn easy as early game missions are. You just grab a melee weapon, you just kind of go la 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 la, yep, melee, 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 melee. And I do feel that one of the big parts of that is opening up the arsenal and just seeing that wall of plat. I've talked about this at length, and the only logical conclusion I can come to, and I hate this conclusion, the only logical conclusion I can come to as to why that is still there is because it makes DE money. That's it. Ladybug, I was spamming E right there because I'm holding a glaive, so your, well, actually is missing the obvious right in front of your face. Just FYI. But yeah, that is the only conclusion I can draw when it comes to the arsenal. The wall of platinum it shows you for all the frames, all the weapons. The only reason I can think for it still being there is because it makes DE enough money that apparently it's not worth removing. And that disgusts me. That just feels so anti-consumer. I would like to be shown I'm wrong about that, but if it doesn't make DE enough money and it's a clear pain point for new players, why would they keep it? Do I have access to Soulframe yet? I could have access if I wish to. I can't remember if I've actually been given a key or not, but I could easily go on. But I've had a look of Soulframe. It doesn't look like my kind of game. So I've not made any push towards it. But yeah.
Mission complete. Excellent.
Predatory is the correct word, Malasitos, which is very weird for Warframe. It is very weird. That's going to say it could be more than effort than it's worth, as in, even if it doesn't make the money, removing it certainly won't. Removing it can make the money by not having people quit out, or updating it so that it points to Blueprint specifically would be an improvement. Let's do this. Hi Dan, would you like some other weapons? You have your Boltor, Burston, Heck and Paris. Doing well, Dan. I feel great about this, Dan. Luckily in this case we've got the Braton right here, but then what else have we got? We've got the Boar, we've got the Cernos, we've got the Sinter. Oh, I'd like to get a Sinter, please. How can I get a Sinter? Let's see, if I double click it, yes, purchase or build requirements. Obtain blueprints for Sinter and its components by solving various enigmas. Or you can get it now for a bunch of money. Oh, no, okay, I didn't really want to do that. Okay, Cernos, how about this one? Oh, I can get a blueprint for that one. Well, that's nice. But it's not showing that there's a blueprint here, so I'm having to dig through them. Rakata? Sure. Higasa, that sounds great. Oh, yeah, nope. I need to go and do something somewhere for that. And it's pushing them all up here. There are ones in here for credits. Is there any way to sort the credit ones to the top? Nope. They both use a pale icon in the top left with just a number next to it. It doesn't really distinguish between them. This is terrible to look at. How about we swap our secondary weapon? Okay, yep, so we've got these. I would like an Act Bronco, plus. Oh, I need some Broncos for that. Okay, where's a Bronco? Oh, here's a Bronco. God. Oh. And all the time I'm having to click on through just to even get access to it. The view details is just taking us to the same page. The last time I did this, I picked a gun at random and ended up on one that I just couldn't even get from the market. It made no indication of how I could get it. It was just paper. I forget which one it was I looked at the previous time I did this on stream. I think I did it on my main account, so God knows what actually I was clicking onto at that point. This is what you see. Right, I've got these weapons here, and then all of this. Few details to do the same thing. Trying to see. Glaive, blueprint can be acquired from Nightwave Cred offerings. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm going to go to my Nightwave Cred offerings and get that. Sweet, I didn't even realize that was in there. Ha, that's so great. I feel so great about this as a new player. Alright, where's my glaive? Where is it? 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 Am I blind? No? No glaive? Wait. It did definitely say, and this is the process you can end up going through. Because is there any indication, anything, to say that this 150 platinum purchase item otherwise, with a blueprint mastery rank 1, can be acquired from Nightwave Cred offerings? Is there any indication to say that it's not actually there all the time? Anything. How is any of this helpful to a new player, really? And this is the update that DE did. This is the update. View details. This button down here, which I'm currently, I think, blocking. Only slightly. The view details button down there used to be purchase. That button used to be get it for platinum. DE took the step to at least make it where if you double click or view details, you're not immediately trying to purchase it for platinum. And then when you try to do that, they were like, oh, you need more to do that. Brr, 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 brr. That was the change they made. They left all the rest of this They left all the platinum first focus. But you have to view details to then get to this point here. Which, I'll give, is an improvement. But it's the optics of it. Brand new player, brand new to the game, they look into this. And if they're really unlucky, they will end up on something like this. Where'd you get the Cerberus? Where do you get the Cerberus? Build requirements. This is how you build it. It literally just says 10 lab? Yeah. That doesn't tell me anything. That tells me nothing as a new player how I get this. I'm mastery rank 5. I think I'm mastery rank 6 actually. Where is it? So view details under the details you're already viewing, next to an info button, which is full of stuff and it's annoying to tab through. So if you get to there but then accidentally mouse off, it's preset. That's its own thing. This is the experience that new players have. And no one's going to take the exact same route through these details. No one. So everyone's going to look at this differently. Everyone's going to have a different experience of trying to navigate these details, but the majority are still going to have that same experience of, cool, okay, yeah, heck, swap. What else can I swap it for? Plat. That is the first thing you see. Plat. Just plat. You'll see the icon. What is that currency? Oh, I've got that one. Premium currency. So when I say it feels predatory that it's left there, that's what I mean. And it's so weird because Warframe is by and large not a predatory game. By and large, it is fairly priced, fairly accessed. We know how to access these as veteran players ourselves in a completely reasonable manner. But this interface, this ancient interface, got the adjustment of changing from purchase to view details. And that's it. Alex saying, Warframe is, for all intents and purposes, the least predatory free-to-play. Least predatory free-to-play live service MMO. I will add those bits on the end there, because there are other free-to-play games which aren't live service or MMOs, and therefore have even lower upkeep costs, or don't have the constant development, and so just have nothing premium currency style, really. Or at the very least, they'll have even less predatory elements. Warframe can't claim least predatory in that regard, because it does still have some areas which are questionable. Very questionable. Kelton saying, this entire thing reminds me of a new player I helped the other day. Couldn't find the mech they needed for a quest because by the time you get to that quest, you've forgotten what a mech is, and the mech is called Void Rig in the Foundry. Well, that's an annoying one, isn't it? Delicate Precious Flower saying, I'd say that all the timers in Warframe are very predatory. That one's really hard. That one's really genuinely hard to account for. At the end of the day, it is a free-to-play game, and it's letting you have that for free. But it's saying, look, we would like if you would pay at this point. Can you pay us something? Otherwise, we'll let you have it, but come back on that one a little bit later. Do something else for a bit. Because that's the thing, that it doesn't even lock down your account. It doesn't even lock down your account. The only restriction in crafting in the Foundry is that you need to have the materials, and you can craft any specific item one at a time. So I can't queue up the formers. I should probably build a former. But you can't queue them up. Of all the things in Warframe, the time is a bit... I get people's frustration, and that does come up a lot. The number of people that go, oh my god, the time to build a frame is 3 days. I'm like... Yeah, and in 3 days' time you'll have it. You'll just have it. Or you can pay and have it immediately. Which is no different from farming it. So it's genuinely a tough spot on that one. It is genuinely a tough spot. I get the frustration for a lot of people. I really do. And I have personally been at least a little bit frustrated myself there. I'm like, oh, now I need to wait. And then I just got on with my life. I just got on with it. Because it turns out if it's all still for free, at what point is it entitlement? Welcome in, Gazda. Yeah. It's a toughie. But I still feel the arsenal is where the true predatory element exists. Elsefia, welcome on in with your raid of 24 people. Hope you find yourself a wonderful stream. I presume it's a Warframe stream, but if not, let me know. What have you been up to? Welcome in, everybody. We are in the midst of going through the star chart as Dan, the lone Tenno in Zero to Hero. Welcome, welcome. Exclamation mark Dan if you've never encountered the Dan series before. Where is that guy? God damn it. Successfully evading me by pure chance. So you do a quick Warframe stream, ended up live for a little bit. Yeah, that happens. Hope you had yourself some fun. You'd like the earlier frames to be 12 hours, stuff like that, just so new players have a bit of a meat to bite into at the start of the game. I mean, kind of. Again, how much meat do they need to be diving into? The first frame you can get access to reasonably is Rhino, and you can bang out the farm for Rhino in a few minutes, even as a new player. It might take you as much as half an hour. Hell, a really bad at the game person might take an hour to farm Rhino. But to be honest, they are bad at the game at that point. Cool. And now they've got that building. Just kind of play the rest of the game, damn it. Does it really need to be 12 hours? At that point, what's really the difference between 12 hours and 24 hours? Rhino and Kome have both been reduced in build time. Well, I mean, Kome started low, but I get what you mean, yeah. It's just... Again, there becomes a level of entitlement. See, back in my day, I'm going to back in my day this one, and this is going to break some of you young'uns. Back in my day, we didn't have free-to-play games. Do you know what we had? We had demos. You'd pick up a game, or you pick up a magazine, and it might also come with a demo disc. And on that demo disc, there might be like 4 or 5 different games to demo. And you'd get the first level or two, some kind of experience of it. And if you wanted to play more of that game, you had to go and buy it. We had demos. Now welcome to the free-to-play world. Now welcome to your Fortnites, your Apex, your Rocket League. Welcome to your PUBG, because I think that went free-to-play, didn't it? Welcome to your Warframe. Even before these, we had your free trials of MMOs, like you used to get in EVE Online, I think in World of Warcraft, and then you had to subscribe thereafter. And even some of those have moved over to indefinite free-to-play, but with limitations. No, we're not having the first one on a stream. No. No, we're not having the first one on stream. This didn't happen. I'm ignoring it. Didn't happen. I'm absolutely not starting a Cuba Lich. But Dan, out of video recording. Not doing that. I refuse. I'm gonna kill it. Because fuck you. But that's all I'm gonna do. It's just gonna die. Yeah. So, back in the day, it was demos, and then you bought the game if you liked the demo. Then it was free trials of live service stuff. And now we've moved into this free-to-play or freemium experience, which is unequally funded, which allows people with lower budgets to access higher budget games, because people with higher budgets are effectively overpaying on an individual level in exchange for less content for their money, but more content overall. Like less content per dollar, more content absolute. In many cases, how the fuck have I managed this one? In many cases, it's not even more content, it's more cosmetics, which some would argue is content. I would argue it's window dressing. Nope, we got locked down. Nice rat spot. It's not that kind of game. I know I mentioned Fortnite and Apex a moment ago. Doesn't quite apply here. So yeah. I get why people are frustrated with the craft times of Warframes. I honestly get it. There are some farms for them which are just problematic. Equinox is a boring and very RNG vulnerable farm. Citrine's farm, my god does it drag on. Kome, for one that's early to access, wasn't exactly a quick one to do. What's a rat spot? So when people are very bad at shooting, they will scurry away like rats and hide in corners. Because if it's particularly if it's a battle royale, you get more points or more rank or more whatever for living longer. So you let people fight it out and you just hide in a corner, scurrying away like a little rat. And if someone finds you, you panic and no, they found me! And probably die anyway. That's what a rat spot is. Somewhere for a rat to scurry away to and hope they don't get found. Been there, done that, got good. Well, got better. Well, not a rat anymore.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tina.
But yeah. There are various aspects of Warframe where the time that you wait for something, that you hurry up and wait, I can understand the frustration, but yeah. Have I played Apex since the new season? Yes. Yes, I've played a modest amount of Ashe and Loba, because my god is Ashe powerful, and Loba teleports and loots, and that's just amazing. The aspects don't take 24 hours to build? Hard to say. What the Lich candidate spawn with? Didn't look. Wasn't important to me. Wasn't important to me. Yeah, I could just leave that where it is for now. Buff all the guns, Apex devs. Yeah, the TTK in Apex has certainly had an interesting change. I have found myself struggling to get used to that because I don't play it religiously. I don't play lots and lots of Apex. So getting used to how much less I can extend is something I'm struggling with. I find myself getting melted so quickly at times. So quickly. Yeah.
This is a rescue mission. We need to find
Yo, Zellion! Thank you very much for resubscribing up at tier 1. You're up onto that bronze badge next to your name. Much appreciated for that. Cheers. I'm noticing things not being one-shot by this Spore Lacer. That is mildly concerning. Although I am using Toxin. But still mildly concerning. Yeah, Ali. So the devs actually said they reduced the TTK to reduce the effect of third parties because fights will end sooner. It was also to reduce the effectiveness of supports because fights will end sooner. You can't just keep getting people up if you die stupidly quickly in comparison to how it was. And it's not like they made a huge change in that, but it's a change enough that it's not so much a reduction in the time to kill, it's an increase in the chance to kill. Let's say that when engaging a person, you would deal 100 damage, and then... No. Yeah, 100 damage. No, I'm going to make this easier. 150 damage, and then you rolled a percent, and you dealt that much extra damage. So if you rolled 60%, you deal 210 total. It's 150 plus 60. Sounds a bit weird, but roll with me on this. If that's the amount of damage you could deal in a typical engagement before having to back off a bit and reset. 100 plus a percent roll. Well, that would mean then that against someone with 200 hit points in Apex, there was something like a 50% chance you just couldn't kill them. They would just get the opportunity to reset in time. And so now you'd have to try again, you roll again, see if you kill them this time, and that's more time for a third party to turn up. Now if you drop that threshold, you drop their hit points by just 25, the time to kill isn't all that much faster, but the chance that you'll succeed in hitting enough damage in time before they get into cover and reset has just jumped up a lot. It's gone from 50% to 75%. The increase in damage also means you aren't as punished for missing. The punishment for missing is about equal if you're trading shots. Because you'll also get less time to stand out yourself firing shots because you'll be shot at. So the change in time to kill isn't so much a change in the time to kill, it's an increase in the chance to kill. Before your target gets to cover or before something else forces you into cover. That's what I've noticed most interestingly. It comes down to breakpoints. Speaking of, my whole point of being here is about to break. Let's run to extraction before the hostage, dies. Email is so interesting, it really is. Breakpoints are one of the most interesting things in game balancing. Because breakpoints lead to whole jumps in the changes of how things work. To give you an example of a breakpoint, one of the most curious kinds of breakpoints was why someone would use a heavily debonus module in EVE Online. Now the details I have are a little bit fuzzy, but I'll walk you through the basics. In EVE Online, if you use a module to buff a stat and you use another module to buff that same stat, then the weaker of the two modules, or just one of them if they're the same, will have reduced effectiveness. This was called a stacking penalty, to make it where you couldn't just stack a whole bunch of the same mod and send a stat to the moon. They'd fall off. You'd be encouraged to do other things. The first mod was always fully effective. The second mod was about 90%, third mod about 60%, fourth mod about 30% effective, and by the fifth mod, you're down at like 10% effectiveness. At that point, why are you putting that mod on? It's doing so little at that point, there's got to be something better. But, and this is going way back, when people used to do what was called super carrier ratting, details you don't need to mind about, people were using 5 of these damage mods on those super carriers, and the reason they were using 5 is that fifth one, that 10% effectiveness fifth one, nerfed to all hell and back by just sheer game mechanics, would take the damage of a single volley of their drones just high enough to one-shot a kind of NPC that was very common in the sites they were running. That's the level of breakpoint we were dealing with. That 10% of a bonus would just about tick over that hit point threshold to take it from a 2-shot to a 1-shot for a significant number of enemies. And as a result, they would clear the sites that much quicker. That's the kind of breakpoint which is incredible for the effect it has on game design and game balance. It's all over the place, those kinds of things. It's those little tweaks which can massively change the very nature of an engagement. And you see this same kind of thing in a lot of different games. Warframe doesn't have it anywhere near as much. Because Warframe has such a variety of enemies and a variety of levels, and the levels change during the mission, even though we have fixed damage on our weapons, not counting for the chance to roll on crits, we don't experience those same breakpoints most of the time. One of the biggest breakpoints in Warframe was the Eidolons. That was one of the most standout breakpoints I'm aware of, was what level of damage did you need to get to? What was your breakpoint to one-shot an Eidolon limb? Because once you hit that breakpoint, there's nothing more you can do. There is no point having more damage. You still one-shot it. And so anything else that would be damage after that point, you can put into something else. That level of optimization. In PvP games, this has such a staggering impact. Because even if a gun says it does 95% damage to a person, you're like, okay, well it's 95%, it takes 2 shots to kill. That's the breakpoint, it's 2 shots to kill. Well, no. If that person is 5% or more damaged from something else already, an environmental hazard, they've come out of a fight with someone else, they're still regenerating, anything's got them that 5% down, 95% kills them. Whereas if the gun was 94% damage, then it wouldn't kill them. And so you start getting then not just breakpoints, but also kind of reverse breakpoints, for lack of a better word, which is where I call out the chance to kill rather than time to kill. And all of those balancing factors, they get really dramatic. Little changes, little tweaks here or there can have drastic ramifications for the people that know what's going on. And for everyone else, they just kind of go, oh, there was a change. Oh, the gun went down from 95 to 94%. What's 1% going to do? Everything, sometimes. Everything. But yeah. Are there any upcoming games I'm excited about? Or all just meh right now? Neither. Third option. I'm not aware of upcoming games. I barely have enough time between what I want to do, what I do for work, and just kind of keeping myself sane and living life, that I don't actually pay attention to upcoming games. Too much of upcoming games is upcoming early access, upcoming beta, upcoming freemium, and I'm just like, I've got better things to do than be your beta tester. Finish a game and then we'll talk. And so I end up just zoning out at a lot of it. Genuinely. Early access has really put me off paying attention to a lot of upcoming releases, as have failed releases, dare I say. Releases where they're like, oh yeah, it's great. It's a whole complete game. Day 1 patch, week 1 patch, the DLC that finally allows you to play the game, yada yada. And you don't even need to name a specific game about that. You all know exactly what I'm on about. You all have experienced it. Somewhere, somehow, you've experienced that. So if it ain't early access, it's something that should have been marketed as early access because they ain't finished it. And I just ain't got time for that. I'll keep playing the games that are finished and I enjoy. And if something else comes along that is finished and I can enjoy, cool. I will find out about it in due time, I guess. And I activated my own skin. Oops. That's them dealt with. And we got total control. Gaming industry is interesting right now. Interesting is a good way of putting full of predatory shovelware bullshit. and clones that don't seem to understand what they're cloning. You can't tell if they're just someone ill-advised or a straight-up asset flip. Early access is a way to release an incomplete game on the market. Early access is a way to help raise additional revenue to finish a game because game production is expensive and difficult. Unfortunately, it has also been corrupted by those who just want to sell an unfinished product. Yeah. Is anything ever finished? Yes. There you say even single player games get patches. So back in my day, we're going to do this again. Back in my day, there weren't patches. When you got Pokemon Blue on your Game Boy, you know what you got? Pokemon fucking Blue. You didn't get Pokemon Blue patch 17. You got Pokemon Blue. That's what you got. Now, the modern age where things can be patched. Oh yeah, absolutely. That is nice. But there will come a point where either development no longer needs to focus on the bugs, or maybe there's just no significant bugs left. Oh, there might be minor ones. There might even be a typo somewhere, but who really cares? If we keep striving perfection, we'll never actually get done. But things don't need to be labelled in early access just because there might be a bug. You can make something to a good quality and then ship that. And don't get me wrong, there's plenty of things which are shipped to good quality. I'm not saying the gaming market is empty and devoid of it. But it is really hard for me to keep up with what's coming out when a lot of it isn't what I want in the first place. And what it might be what I want is actually shovelware or lies or early access, blah 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 blah. I haven't got the time or the money to deal with that. I'm a content creator for a single game. My my budget is not great. Do I think the engine technology being more advanced is the issue for these things? I am not well versed enough in anything to answer that question in a way that matters. Sorry. You might as well have asked me, what do I think about Mesopotamian influence on modern wheat crops? What? I don't know how engines are made. I've never dived into the differences between engines, and I sure as shit can't comment on any particular engine from any particular company. When people complain about the engine that is in use for Bethesda games, I'm like, cool? Did it work? I don't know. There are bits I'm aware of, but not enough to have an opinion on that, sorry, no. I know I'm called the Kengineer, but I'm not in fact a computer engineer. The C in the Kengineer stands for computer science. Alright, Bubble Defense. Let's intentionally do this mode to clear it for the star chart. Yeah. So, that's a very, very long-winded answer as to why I've, Yeah, I know I need to get a haircut, but also my name is The Kengineer by Bits, and just putting it out there. Yeah, that's my long-winded answer as to why I'm not excited for any upcoming games. It's not because there's no good ones, and it's not because there's nothing to interest me. It's because the industry is set up such to make it basically impossible for me to get excited for upcoming games. Previous games I've got excited for have often ended up disappointing me. Either I've completely missed some detail about the game, or been taken in by the hype. Something somewhere. I remember getting hyped for Halo 4 and then being utterly disappointed about that. I remember getting hyped for No Man's Sky and then being utterly disappointed about that. The Halo 4 one stings more because it was an established franchise, and I may have purchased the limited edition. I finally had a budget enough that I could afford a limited edition something. I wanted one. That is the first and last limited edition anything I purchased. Very likely the last. So yeah. I am fine with my Warframe. I am fine with the other games that I already have at my disposal. And if something new comes along that I wish to give time to, I shall. The other thing is that I don't want to give too much time to yet more games. Again, partly budget. And again, partly I only have so much time. If I end up spending even more time on games, I might never actually see the sun. I do need to touch grass at some point, at least once a week. It's part of the reason I've not made a big hubbub about trying to get more people together in terms of EVE Online, because I don't particularly want to put more time into that game on top of the other gaming I already do. And I don't want to take that away from other games I already enjoy, and I sure as shit can't take it away from other parts of my life. So seeing as I refuse to do more with it, then no point in trying to invite people into it. And a game you're looking forward to is Monster Hunter Wilds. Fair enough, I have no idea about what that is. Other than there's some monster hunting in the wilds, I guess? Yeah, I'm completely blind to that one. Yeah, like, the previous Halos were solid. Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, Halo 3 ODST. Along comes Halo 4, brand new Master Chief franchise. Regret. Regret. Regret.
You know what they say. The road to good intentions be paved with death.
It was not a good game. Not in multiplayer, not in single player. Other people liked it, and they're allowed to like it. But my opinion is no. What Forza are we on now? Forza Habit, I guess. I don't pay attention to Forza. That ain't me.
Get to it now, defend it, and then we can leave.
You haven't set foot on this map in a long time? Yeah, I think last time I was here was for Sortie.
Extraction team arrives.
At least Warframe didn't pull a Dauntless. I think Dauntless was a ship in some sci-fi? That's what Dauntless is to me. What sci-fi was that one? Was it Deep Space Nine? I'm honestly not sure. But in any case, Dauntless is a video game? Never heard of it. Or if I have heard of it, I heard about it so little that I've completely forgotten everything about it. It was so unimportant that my brain just dropped all information of it. There's a Dauntless in Pirates of the Caribbean. I can tell you it wasn't that I've known Dauntless from.
Still working on it. Continue to
Dauntless was a budget Monster Hunter. Damn. Alright, I apparently have done the equivalent of asking for information on a tier 3 meme.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
Stop hitting this pod, I'm trying to defend it. Yeah. Final Fantasy is also janky in its order and naming.
The odds were against us, Tenno, but we did it. Mission
I
complete.
know so little about Final Fantasy, despite how much of an impact and significance it seems to have in the gaming world. Like, I feel like at some point I should probably, like, catch up on what the hell some of these things are about. But at the same time, again, time and budget and blah blah blah. So I just have this vague awareness of Final Fantasy, big swords.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
I don't know why. Maybe I'm wrong on this. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong game. This is how far disconnected I am, but does it involve Goofy? I feel like it involves Goofy. Am I on about the wrong series at this point? Must be, surely. That's Kingdom Hearts. See, this is how little I am aware of this stuff. But yes, you're very right. Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Kingdom Hearts, which has Final Fantasy crossovers. Oh, I don't stand a chance, do I? I don't stand a chance. This is how disconnected I am from a lot of these bits and pieces. And part of that, as I say, has always been budget. It always has been. The more I think on it, the more I realize it's always been about budget. Monster Hunter also has Final Fantasy crossover. Oh, go freaking figure. It's all one circle. It's all in the big hair anime weird space. Yeah, it's all that, you know. It's all on the Nintendos. Something like that. Bloody Nintendo Xbox. It's all a Game Boy, really. The thing about Final Fantasy titles is that each main title with a purely Roman numeral is entirely independent of all other main titles. Sure, okay, yeah. I mean, you value that as a good thing. Fair enough. I will take your word on that. Two most memorable games are those that got overshadowed by one big game. One of them caused company bankruptcy, but still have a hell of a game. Fair enough, yeah, fair enough. Now, for me, when I say budget, like, let me give you a little bit of background on this one. Let me give you a little bit of background on just where Kengineer budget sits in terms of growing up. I remember being particularly aware as to where my family's budget must have been. Hello, ghouls. Welcome on in. I remember being particularly aware as to where my family's budget must have been because when I was, that would have been 7 years old? No, that doesn't sound right. I was in that classroom. 9 years old. I was in that classroom. Okay, 9 years old. I remember, have a look at the permission slips that we're all handing in to teacher to go on some trip. And I noticed that a couple of my friends, their permission slips were ticked in a different box compared to mine. I was like, hang on. Why are my parents chosen this box? And so, for the first time, I was actually paying proper attention to these permission slips that we were handing to our parents. They were doing something with it, and then we'd hand them in. And I had a look, and whilst I didn't really understand some of the words and some of the details, because, you know, I was 9 years old, it was very clear to me that everyone else, near enough everyone else, had ticked this one box, which made the cost of the trip more expensive. Like, a lot more expensive. And the box that we had ticked was a lot cheaper for this same trip. And it wasn't changing anything about the trip, but it was something to do with getting something from the council or something like that. Again, the words were weird to me. But I could piece it together because I found one other person in the class who also had their parents tick the other box, like mine had. And that was when I became aware as to just where things were financially. Not enough to really see the full picture, but I saw that there was a picture to see. Just that little detail. A permission slip with two different prices on it, depending on if your family was in one part of a financial circuit or another. You remember that as a kid. I didn't grow up wanting for stuff, but it's not like we would have every game the moment it happened. Diggs Pharaoh, thank you very much for the 10 gifted subs. That's a community that is absolutely colossal. Pharaoh, thank you very, very much for that. I hope you have yourself a wonderful day. That is absolutely huge right there. Much appreciated.
Get ready for a capsule.
But, yeah, I caught up with gaming, like genuinely caught up when I was 15. That's when I caught up. 15 was the first time that I could play on the Xbox on a multiplayer game with my friends at school because we were playing the same game. I was no longer behind on a different console, different game or something like that. I finally had the means to play the same game they were playing. I was 15 years old. Prior to that, I had RuneScape because I was free to play. Let me see, prior to that one I think it was Battle On because it was free to play. When did I start playing RuneScape? Shit, how old am I? 19 years ago? Yeah, 19 years ago. No, wait. No, hang on. No, I'm 31. 20 years ago. 20 years ago. Yeah. So yeah, that has always been a bit of a limiting factor of engaging with new games for me, has been budget growing up. And then into university, I mean, I was focusing a lot more on university as well, but had my particular haunts then. Even then, the biggest games that a lot of people were engaged with broadly were older games because they fit people's budget. How many times were I scammed? A few. And I learned. It kind of stings when the first time you're scammed is by someone who calls themselves your friend. And then it happens again by other friends in different ways. Come to think of it, yeah, that happened too many times. That happened too many times. Yeah. That happened too many times. It's fine. It's not as bad as the one which I'm still fairly certain either intentionally or otherwise passed along the details that led to my house getting burgled. So that was great. Did I ever mention I grew up somewhere rough? Did I ever mention that bit? Sorry, what? Yeah. So, one of the times that the house I lived in as I grew up got burgled, the burglars came in through a window that up to that point had no way to open, but within just like a week or so was needed to be opened, and so it was made to be able to open. And very few people knew that that window was now something that opened and could be accessed. And that was where the burglars came in. And they came in when we'd gone out for one of our not very frequent nights out as a family. And very few people knew that we were going to be out. And when you start connecting the lines, and then there was the whole, after that, seeing very, very little of my friend. Your landlord hired someone to rob you? We weren't renting at the time. There's that, at least. Some circumstances came together. My parents are absolutely amazing. Cannot fault them for how they raised me. The amount of effort they put in to make sure that we didn't feel where we were financially. Fucking credit to them. Holy shit. But yeah. Gotta love living in a rough area of the UK. Frequent cars being stolen, houses being broken into around you. Yeah. Who would ever be goaded into that as a 12-year-old? Couldn't imagine a... yeah. Anyway, moving on from that. Let's see. We got a sabotage next. Cool. Alright, sorry. There were the ghouls who popped in with a question. I think I completely overlooked that. I do apologise. Let me find that there. Was it Ghoul? New Ken's brain? Oh, nope, not one. Was that Mr. Ghoul? Have a hard math problem. Nope. Okay. Never mind. What's my job now? This?
Need you to sabotage
My job is this. I am a content creator full time.
The reactor is a complex system. Start
I
by
tell people that I meet in real life that I do narration for corporate documentaries and guides. Genuinely, they say, "Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah, how'd you get into that? Oh, you know, I'm freelance. It's regular clients that it picks up. It's easier, much easier than going, oh yeah, I'm a YouTuber. Oh really? Oh, what's your channel? What do you do? And then their eyes just glaze over. Here we go again. I do voice work, narration stuff, that kind of thing. Full-time content creator. Also, fun fact, if you tell someone on a dating app that you're a content creator, very often they'll get very cold and withdrawn because they think you mean they're trying to find people to join them on their OnlyFans video. Yeah, fun fact.
security measures have multiple cells in place. Destroy them.
Took me a while to figure that one out.
Destroyed.
Genuinely took me a while to figure that one out. In fact, I only figured that one out when I saw a different profile that said they were content creators. I was like, oh wow, no way. And then the next few photos were very revealing. And it was just like a marble just going down a wooden runway. Ding, bounce between thoughts. Ding, 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 ding.
Lock down the coolant cells.
Oh, shit.
Reactor is going into the
Time to change the profile. People are getting the wrong idea. And this explains some interactions.
works again. Coolant cell destroyed.
So yeah.
Fuel cell
I do voiceovers and narration work.
trigger a meltdown.
Corporate stuff.
Destroy fuel injectors.
I do numbers, damn it. All this other stuff is confusing.
A blast door has blocked your evacuation route.
No, numbers and games.
Open it.
And games and numbers. Did you just hear Plinko sounds? Yeah. Oh, we got another one. We're going to be continuously assailed by these. I tried to use a cipher. I do not have a cipher. God damn it. There we are. Works at Grenier Asteroid Belt. Yeah, I suppose. Oh yeah, you know, I work in this just strangely dry part of space business. Yeah. No.
Mission complete. Excellent work, Turner.
Narration work, voiceover explaining math and complex problems for an audience. I just go with the narration bit. Voiceover's corporate stuff. Technically there was some corporate stuff, so you know. Technically. But yeah. Okay, right. So, have we got the question from Mrs. Ghoul yet? So I'm sure there was one in there somewhere. Wait, I swear the messages are not updating. Is there another Ghoul account that I'm missing? Because I thought I checked both of them and didn't see the question. Do you love a Kenton voice corporate training video? If there is a company out there that needs a voice actor for a corporate training video, you know where to reach out to me. Do I think Dan will craft ciphers in their playthrough? Probably not much of it, no. Alright, which Ghoul account am I missing here? Because I just saw that Ellie responded to one. Nope, I don't see the question. It ain't updating. Alright. Question was, what are the odds of getting all Rhino parts first try? Oh. We guaranteed to get a part on the first run. And then you've got the chance of getting one of the 2 remaining parts on the next one. So that would be 1 times 1 minus the parts you've already got. And then times 1 minus the 2 parts you've already got. But that doesn't quite sum it up, because there are different parts with different bits. Prime, not default? Oh god. So, okay. Default, it gets even more complicated. When you say get them all, like, what circumstance are we detailing? What opportunities versus what attempts to create the answer to which question? Because there are lies, damn lies, and statistics will absolutely lie to you if you frame the question or the answer the wrong way. Making a startup company in uni. Should our Warframes, do you think they'd sell well? I think to adequately answer that would require me to break the no politics rule on this channel, so I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to do a pursuit. Oh god, pursuit. It's been a while since I've done one of these. It's been a while since I've done one of these. You made your Equinox better? I'm glad. I initially read that as you made your Equinox butter. I was really confused for half a second.
In pursuit of a courier-class ship that is transporting material vital to our cause.
Why was there a detonator ampule in that? Alright, disable the engines. Got it.
Found the ship. Give chase. The engines. Take them out.
I'm a-trying. Turns out there's a lot of not engine things on it.
Take out its shields by destroying the generators.
Destroy the generators. Okay,
Engines are down. It's a sitting duck.
these.
Drones. Take them out.
There's a lot of things happening. Okay, I took out the drones. Can I keep going for the... Disable the ship's engines. Are we back to engines? I didn't think we were back to engines.
Online again.
Oh, now we are.
Engines down.
Okay, engines are down, but it still says disable ship engines, which is mildly confusing. One generator down. 2 generators down. Three.
Generators are
4.
down. Now target ship systems. Good work. The ship
Wait,
is
why does it have so few hit points?
Wait. They're attacking the courier ship to keep us from it. Keep it safe.
Can that shield go away, please? Thank you. I suppose I have been shooting it, so does it's counted that? Have I negatively affected this? Hopefully it's going to survive the time. I hope.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
What do you mean a heavy unit? We're in space.
My recovery team's almost there.
Oh, it's an Arson Eximus with a shield. That's cheating. That, bro. 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 What the hell was that? What was that? Ah.
You secured the black box.
Okay, I can't have that.
Done here. Head to extraction.
Oh, we're done.
Mission
All right.
complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
There we go. That was a slightly weird mission. Secret menu 5. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. And we have request for EDM. Sure, we'll switch off the in-game music and switch on the EDM. One moment. That's that. Switch to this. Boop. The Growler makes that mission hilarious. Fair enough. Was that like one pursuit mission? Well, I guess I just did it. Ah, yes, defection and survival. Well, let's get to it. Actually, you know what? Let's be smart about this for once. Will this do? This will do. BDR Radu saying, only recently started playing Warframe again after 10 years off. What went wrong when making Devuri the alternative start for new players? Music's tad loud on the EDM? I haven't changed the volume of the music how it plays. That's just EDM for you, it does that. But what went wrong with Devuri being a new start is that it was giving a peculiar, if not outright incorrect impression as to what Warframe is. Hitting on story elements in just weird ways, and overall was just a poor way to get people into the game. I honestly think it was an interesting experiment, but it was overall a mistake. It was a mistake. And D felt the same way too, because they then stopped making it the default start, or one of the default starts. Kelton, I don't think that's an adequate answer, I'll be honest. Nor a helpful one. Yeah, man. Oh, no. 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 There we are. Good, good, good. Okay, they figured it out themselves. Alright, I'll sort the audio in a moment. Or we could just wait for the next track, which will probably not be as loud. It's just EDM things. EDM is louder than in-game, who knew? If anything, it just goes to show you've been used to the in-game music being quiet all this time. This is the level at which I have the music at, normally. You don't even hear the music? Wow, okay, what the fuck? Not quite yet. Power this up a little bit. Get the next ones to come through. Can we turn the music up? Nope. Yeah, Queenie does always pick the EDM. And I've been slowly deleting some of the tracks from that playlist that really just sound like absolute shit. My voice is coming out fine? I should hope so. It's probably audio-wise one of the most important parts of the stream. Come on. Yeah, you're fine. Go on. Up you up. This is where we came in, so exit is going to be over this way. There we are. So delete tracks still the original EDM playlist. Some of the EDM tracks are fine. It's just some sound like robots having a blue screen during sex. Yeah. So delete Queenie? That's rude. Yes, regular starchart defection isn't that bad. Yeah, I just in and out 3 minutes 20 seconds. A survival takes longer. Speaking of survival, well, off we pop.
Keep the enemy busy while a fellow
I mean, Ellie, on a cosmic level, is it really that slow?
Ready? Trigger the alarm.
You're gonna go that way.
They just shut down all systems. I'm sending life support capsules your way.
Oh no, life support! Wait, that's a good thing. Talking about music, any fun non-Warframe music you've been listening to recently? To be honest, I've been haunted by usual playlists, and I usually listen to not a lot of songs, more tunes, melodies, soundtracks, that sort of thing. Very partial to some electro swing, like from Jules Gaia. It's just got a good bop to it. Just a good bop. Very good for getting housework done. Bro. There we are, that kills him a little bit more cleanly. It's hard to be mad with electro swing. It's one of those types of music where if you're listening to it, how could you possibly be upset about stuff? So long as stuff is not too serious. Like the small stuff. You can't be upset about the small stuff. Well, that's weird in your music taste. Maori heavy metal. Fair enough. I mean, occasionally if the mood gets, you might go for some Heilung. Or, feeling just particularly queer, bring up some Troye Sivan, why not? It's all over the place, really.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy
It all comes down to the mood you're in. Pick the thing for the mood. You know someone who hates electro swing? Okay, fair enough. Everyone's allowed their taste. If there was one type of music that absolutely everyone on the planet loved, I think that'd be the end of music. I think it's almost a requirement of humanity that there is absolutely no one thing that everyone can like in the entertainment industry. Nothing. EDM versus funk? What the fuck is funk? P-H-O-N-K. What do you do? Is this going to be another thing like when I learned about what grime was and people are explaining it, grime is actually a good bit of music? I'm like, oh, I thought people were just referring to something crap because it's trash. Because it is. How do you even describe funk? Brilliant. Okay, good. Good to know. I guess I'll just have to find out sometime. And this invariably goes someone going, here is the best funk you've ever heard. And I listen to it and it's like the most mid collection of sounds. So I'm like, alright. Alright. And then someone later will ask, oh hey, did you check out the other things I sent you? I'm like, it's on the list. I never mentioned it's the list of things to never actually waste my time on. It's on the list. I just described funk. Oh. YouTube shorts and TikTok trash with loud music. That is funk. It's very bassy, electronic, a lot of jingle bells. Christ, I'm just gonna go find an old folks home and take a seat. It's going to be for the best. The videos are done. The streams are done. I'm just going to go play bridge or something. It'll be fine. I'll put on some Tchaikovsky. We've officially been here longer than we did a defection mission. So there's that. Save me a room with tower. Thanks. And for everyone who doesn't know tower, you've just suggested you're going to save me a room in a tower, so now I'm going to be put away like some princess in a castle. Love it. As long as a nice prince comes along, I'm all good. Warframe to classical music sounds like a vibe, as they say. I mean, Warframe has some classical vibes and some operatic vibes and some pop music and a sea shanty and a church hymn, I suppose.
Extraction is available.
And like almost every other genre at this point. And now a heavy metal track. And yeah, and a heavy metal track, yeah. What's my favourite song from Warframe? I mean, if you have to ask, it only means you have yet to unlock Fortuna. Let's be real now. If you have to ask. Either yet to unlock or completely forgot about. We all know that is we all live together. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. Sleeping in the Cold Below is good. There's a lot of good bits and pieces, but we all live together. Party of Your Lifetime, annoyingly, is also a good song, yes. Or at least it's a good bop. I don't know I'd say good song necessarily, but it's a good bop. It is a frustratingly catchy bop. Look at that there. Saturn completed. On to the next one. And somehow I have already done a lot of the nodes on this planet. Alright. We'll push through. Notice that almost all of the popular songs are story songs. Well, we don't really have songs for the rest of the game, Crescendo. That's kind of how it works. No one's really gonna be like, oh yeah, you know what? Grenier's Soundtrack 7, that's me. That's my jam. Because Grenier's Soundtrack 7 doesn't have lyrics. That pulls away from a lot of people. What the hell is this waypoint even trying to do? Slam! Yeah, there are some good tracks out there. They don't stick in the mind as much.
Don't have much time.
It doesn't quite grab you anywhere near the same way as a quest-specific song does.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
Whether you rock the rock, whether you're all about the Fortuna's
They will surely initiate the execution
kind of
sequence.
work shanty, I guess? I don't know what you'd phrase it as. Or Sleeping in the Cold Below is the space sea shanty. Or whether you find yourself grabbed by Fornama. Whatever taketh thine fancy. I forget there's this.
These cells. The hostage is almost out of time. Hurry.
I can release them. You in this one? Are you in this one? They haven't made any noise. I'm gonna have to find them. There they are.
Get this, Tenno. You've located the hostage. Escort the prisoner to the
Yeah, let's just get out now. We're good here.
Have the rest.
You love the chem music? Yeah, fair dude.
I need a weapon. Marines inbound.
I think they only make noise in the void ones. Not just the void ones, but the void one, that one is an intentional tell, yes.
The captain.
That one is a specific intended tell. The others, they can still give you the info. It's just, I think it's timed. Alright then, another node down. How many more we gotta go? Let's go through Puck and Exterminate.
There is a large platoon
Let's go.
being stationed here. Leave no one standing.
Damn, they already got off the alarms? That was quick. Who did I miss? Alright, well, credit to you, mate. That was fast alarm. No. Already? This early into the mission, now it's Sharkwing. Alright. Halfway pop. At least I got mods on this thing. Just go past all the sharks. I still have Overguard, which is kind of curious. It's not dispelled by Overguard. Not that I'm complaining. Roar has just run out, however. Just in time to get back to the surface. Alright then, well. Roar is back. Hello, Esprit. You're sick as hell? I'm going to assume you don't mean you're doing some amazing skateboarding. I'm sorry to hear that. Did I get shot on the way up here? Alright. Right. Yep. Alright then. That's certainly one way of trying to threaten me. Just camp the lift. I don't remember this map for Ascension. I'm going to ignore that enemy down there and hope it doesn't come to be a problem. It shouldn't be a problem. I'll be fine. Right? Have we got another 2 Sharkwing bits in the same mission? Okay, okay. This is fine. This is a rather busy room at them. Yeah, I'm on. Perish. Alright. I lost so many hit points from that. Oh no. At least they make funny death noises down here. What even is this thing? You hate Sharkwing? Fair enough. It's not the greatest. What the hell are you guys? You're tiny. If I recall correctly, down this way, I think it's a dead end down here, but an important dead end in it. To anyone who isn't Dan. Well, actually, not even 21. To collectors. Yes, they are early, and you know I'm correct. Oh wow, that's a lot of enemies in here. Take out all of these, bit by bit. Make our way through. Feels like for all the bullets I'm firing, I'm near enough 2 or 3 shotting everything, but it's fine. Perish, 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 perish. Come on, you as well. You. Line them up and knock them down. So about that dead end I was hoping for, I may have misremembered.
You have broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another
Oh wait, no.
successful mission
Yeah, extraction is
beyond
backwards.
extraction.
So if extraction is backwards, then this should lead to a dead end. But I can't remember if I needed to be at the end of the dead end.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
But this doesn't feel like a dead end. Alright, now it is a dead end. So out here somewhere if I recall correctly, what is that? There's a weird lack of texture. Out here somewhere. It's a curia. Yeah. I'm saying ad infinitum, outer space. I know it's not music genre. Okay, so why did you do that? Just to be very, very clear, the way you put that together, you know exactly what is needed for Yo DJ, and you've decided to do something different anyway. Why? What convinced you to do that? Your brain stopped. I see. Okay then. Well, to help your brain in future, I will not be refunding you the points. Is there an up here that I don't see? Waypoints, please. I can't go out that way. No. Okay, let's take a different route. Let's try if there's any navigation anywhere along here. Ah! Oh. Ah! Yeah, I was just getting stuck on something. No, wait. Yes? Yes! Here we go. Alright. Here it is. God, that was frustrating. Ta-da!
Mission complete. Excellent work, Tenno.
First time you ever seen that extraction tile set? Cool as hell. It's pretty nifty. It has an altered version used in another mission somewhere. An above surface extraction? I know, right? Now we've got a disruption. Okay. That's why I hate Shark Wings a maze half the time. I mean, if you turn off the HUD, you'll find every mission is near enough a maze. It's just that the waypoint there on Sharkwing was being unhelpful.
Incoming transmission. It's from 14.
That's all there was a problem there. Gas eruption time? Wrong. This is where you get the Neo relics, and where you can get the Icarius and the Exceltra. This is not the Gauss farm.
Give that console the old bypass so we can get this thing started.
Oop. Darn.
This is
Hoping for energy.
Allied
I'm right.
bodies sold
Damn right.
Conduits with interference routines specifically designed for the Tenno.
Hello, infested. Are you here to have fun? I am here to obliterate your faces.
Conduit keys are carried by high-ranking
Smack me.
Knock 'em down.
There we are. Thank you for the extra overguard. I will happily make use of that. Gold key. This goes straight in over here. Lovely, lovely.
Right. Find a matching conduit.
Enemy ability resistance. That should be manageable.
I can just part this mortal coil and take you with it. Keep it clear of that conduit.
Roar up. Hope I don't get nullified. I hope I brought the right damage types for this. I mean, the cold should do the work. Come on, Dan, you can do it. Where did it get overguard from? What? They can give overguard to demolishers? D, why would you do this to us? Why? Ancient Protectors are bad enough. Giving overguard to demolishers is something else. Bruh. Bruh, no. That is not cool. I usually kill stuff so fast it's not a problem. But I don't have that damage here. try and kill this one before it gets to a protector. Oops, I just got nullified. I was a little bit too close there. Objects in Zoom are closer than they appear. There's a key already dropped over here. Let's grab you and slap it into this one.
You forced our hand today.
I did some defection. Surely that should give me a pass.
Demo unit's on its way.
I know that's not how it works, but come on. Ooh, that was effective. Well, there we go. That's a weapon to surpass Metal Gear. Protector's meant to have a cooldown, the overguard decays over time. Problem is, that's only for their own cast, not for the effect in general. So multiple protectors overlap, they could just restore each other indefinitely. Ew. Ew. Yeah, apparently I've not been paying enough attention to that one. Because I don't really play against Infested. Alright, what you got for me? This way. All good, made a video on them? Fair dude. You there, perish! Oh shit, it's got armor. Never mind. Hey, how did that not kill it? It was the same hit that hit it the first time. How did I take off half your health and now you take it?
Hope you're not done.
Ooh, Neo D9.
Marrow has
Alright, let's get out.
tuning rations for this tip.
Let's get out of this one. We have done the mission. Ta-da!
Signal returns.
See?
Begin.
Disruption, not difficult.
We got as much as we get.
Disruption is not difficult, even on a new account. I don't have 500,000 credits to my name. Still done it. Sorry, I didn't check. Is mentioning other creators allowed here? Honestly, it's fine. Like, if mentioning a creator would be a threat to me at this point, then I need to get my ego and anxiety in check. Quite frankly. I'm not okay with just general self-promotion or third-party promotion. Like, if someone were to just drop by and be like, yo, watch my friend, I'd be like, yo, watch this band. That wouldn't be okay. But you're just referencing a creator who's done something about something that we're already talking about. That's fine. I am fully aware I am not the only creator on the planet. To act otherwise will be just all manner of wrong. I don't even have the words for just how stupid that would be, yeah. On another channel it's more, if creators are mentioned, it often turns into a shit show. That does sound like it depends on community. You'll notice this community does not really turn into a shit show. I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of the community we have developed here, that it does not, in fact, turn into a shit show. I'm very happy with all y'all for that. Man, some of these rocks are really volatile. What the... Capped at 800% of max health per unit? Yikes. Like, that sounds more like our damage numbers. Oops, overshot. Perish. Back to thy maker. Have you got insurance on that one? And let's grab the D. I mean, just D. Yeah, just D. Hello, Ryan. Welcome on in. Ah. Oh, it took a few more shots to kill. Ah, it's not dead yet. Now it is. Yo!
Yo, almost 2 years.
Indeed, 23 months of support. Moon, thank you very much for continuing your support here over on the channel. That is a lot of support right there. Much appreciated, thank you. I hope you're doing well. Oh no, they're trying to hack it. Why? Why of all places would they come here? You're going to strive to be the mod god that was Beardface back in the day? Hold yourself only to the standard of yourself. You need not measure yourself against the yardstick of others. For comparison is the thief of joy. Be the best you. You there? Go away. I mean, look at this way, Esprit. You got the shake stick command. You got a whole ass of moat. How much more do you need? Fair do, fair do. Nope, they're taking B. Yeah, I'll leisurely make my way over there. Oh no, they took B. Whatever shall I do? Oh, it is so terrifying. It's so horrible to have lost an entire letter like that. Shake stick Espri's making? Nope. The shake stick command was made for Beard at Beard's request. Rest well, Beard. Rest well, Rufus. Man, why do these shields not have hit points? Come on. They turn on a knife edge. Well, ain't that pretty? That does sound good, Moon. That does sound good. You enjoy that. Alright. Kill all remaining enemies. Ah. Alright. Ooh, Tellurium. I am no longer disappointed. Wait. They've stopped marking the enemies. Which ones are important to kill? Lotus, I need to know. What do you want me to murder? You know about the command? Yeah. Yeah, the command wasn't written by Esprit. The command was written for Beard by me. Tellurium's almost as much of a bottleneck as Argon for you? I mean, Tellurium is much harder to get than Argon, I'd say. The only saving grace is Tellurium doesn't evaporate. But Argon's really easy to get. What was that mod again? Energy shell applies to allies within 80 meters. I don't understand. What's an ally? Never heard of them. Ah, sure, it's a survival. Let's go do this. In 2.5 hours, you needed Tellurium once. Yeah, look at you. I've had more needs of Tellurium than that.
You must provide cover.
I think it's a Parent of sorts? That makes sense. I mean, Taxon doesn't join me in Arcwing.
A steady stream of toxic spores is being released into the area.
I have no allies, only targets. It does feel like that sometimes, doesn't it? Alright. 5 minutes of making the infested. Wish they weren't here. Let's do this. Do I even need to walk around? I might be able to just do the mission from this spot here. Just kind of lean back a bit. Because I'm close enough to the pickups. I just let them get to me. I should be able to keep the life support up as well. How long can I hold this spot? I might be able to do this for a while, you know. One synth. Yeah, let's just press 4. Get the enemies to be tired for a moment. Let's switch up to the synth. Boop. There we are. Oh no, my iron skin. Up. And back to the sitting spot. It appears this is quite effective.
I've delivered a life support capsule to the area. Activating it will buy you more time.
Esprit, you know what? I'm really glad you've said that about how the shake stick came around, because I genuinely forgot why Beardface wanted the shake stick command. I genuinely had forgotten that. Thank you. That makes a lot more sense now. Like why it exists and how it was implemented makes a lot more sense. Yeah, Beard does take it back. Another 3 minutes of being sat on this spot. The survival experience. I mean, I can mix it up and, yeah, just do high-level survival experience. Boom. I'm even going to add in a roar. Look at those damage numbers. Tens of thousands. Oh, it's just... It's so overwhelmingly... survival. Also, fun fact, I've come to dislike beast companions when using the Zorus or other glaives.
Additional life support has arrived.
Because if they stand slightly in the way, their hitbox is so large that the glaive will hit them and come back, rather than continue in the direction I was trying to throw it in the first place. Whereas Sentinels just don't get in the way. Sentinels do not mess with me in that same way. One can hope, Ellie. One can hope. You know when you can turn Warframe to point-and-click adventure? Yeah. I just move my mouse around. I'm only doing one direct dimension of turning. And I'm holding left click. I've really just brought this all the way down to the most basic of elements. This is optimizing the fun out of a game. This is what they mean when someone says that. This right here is optimizing the fun out of a game. Crescendo? WTF? We got a thing to talk about, Crescendo? Real good? AFK detection is based on movement. I think it's movement or left click, but also I've been knocked out a couple times. Like, I'm still picking up stuff, so I'm not AFK detected yet. I think holding down primary fire of a gun might also deal with it? Or maybe I've just been moved enough that it counts. Oh yeah, I got my reward. So, guess I'll just pop back. Joke about how it sounds like drones are better than beasts. I mean, I've always been a Sentinel stan for this game. Sentinels are just better at the job. Oh, sure, there's some jobs that Beast can do better because of hard-coded mechanics like the mecha set. But by and large, Sentinels are just better companions. They're just better.
Another job
There we are.
executed.
Another job? Well executed. But loot? Yeah, we get plenty of loot. Oh, you're on us about resourceful retriever, that little enhancement. Bah. And with that, Uranus, complete. We're rocketing around this. Good lord. Alright then, next up, Neptune. Okay, there's a lot more to do on Neptune, that's fine. Let's start with the capture mission. I'm sure this should take a while. You like your robot dog? That's fine, you're allowed to like it. You're allowed to like it.
We received intel that somebody vital to enemy operations is here. Find them and capture them.
One captured corpus coming right up. Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Move.
You found a target. Capture
Come
them
on and...
before they escape.
Bloody nullifier. Why is it a nullifier target? I have a goddamn spore laser. There we are. Well, that looks weird.
Excellent work. We'll interrogate
Just some
the
endo
capture.
on my face, as you do.
Part is done here, Tenno.
I love the helmet one. Helmet charger. Yeah, various meows of the Kavats. To be fair, yes. That is definitely a point in their favour. Although there are the idle sounds of Sentinels as well. They make their little squeaks. Keep on going past all of this. Ignore all of you. You're all unimportant to me. I've captured the guy and we are out. Done.
Great work. I am pleased with your performance.
Under 1.5 minutes, no less. Next, we have got Despina. We're back to an excavation on a snowy area. It's like Europa all over again. Let's do it. Let's go. Which way? This way. Thank you.
Subterranean artifacts. I will help you recover them. Proceed to the marked dig site.
Give. Did that come through that rock?
The excavator
God damn,
is
alright.
deployed. Strike down
Doesn't seem like the safest way to deploy it, but if it works, it works.
Use cells to the excavator to keep it powered.
Stomp. I should probably have some iron skin. That would be a good idea. Spawn camp all of those. Oh, it is murdering that. Let's get rid of you guys. You. Fun fact about the Spore Laser, as a secondary, I can keep using it whilst carrying the power cell, which is real nice.
Restore its shields.
Did Dan struggle with hijack at all? Nope. Because I activated Iron Skin, so I had Overguard. So that was the hit points. I also have a shield regeneration mod on my Sentinel, which further enhances my ability to make easy work of it. I don't have the energy to stomp, so let's recharge the shields instead. There we go. Wow, those shields have gone quick. Let's do that again. There we are. A little bit more control now. Yeah, it turns out in Warframe that just having a suitable tool for the job is like 90% of the work. The other 10% is just going through the mission.
Hard work has just been rewarded. Extraction available. You may leave now or continue excavating artifacts. The choice is yours.
Would excavation be more fun with better rewards and demolishers? Better rewards is... I mean, people always are going to go for where the best rewards are, so... Obviously. As for demolishers, I don't think excavation should be that kind of approach. What I would personally prefer to see with excavators, aside from the circuit ones stop being quite so damn fragile, is that they have just a fixed window, just a time that they'll dig through, and power cells speed it up. Similar to Ascension. Similar, because Ascension can also run out of power, but you've got the normal power cells and you've got the super power cells. I'm taking a situation where it's just super power cells and otherwise it drops powered.
Unlimited mission alert available. Check navigation.
So currently an excavator is done in 1 minute 40 seconds. That's 100 seconds. So we could have a default time of 300 seconds. And then every single time you put in a power cell, you triple the speed. So it would just show enhanced, and it would take down 3 seconds a time rather than 1 second a time. Simple as that, really. You got Foreman Prime, Epitaph Prime, and melee weapon of choice and various formation behind it. It's tools for almost all jobs. It is true, yeah. Like, they're not the most meta of items. Foreman Prime has certainly had its day, but it'll still get the work done, yeah. Have I like the Warden Bounty on Venus? I'll be honest, I don't particularly remember the Warden Bounty on Venus. Like the Clear Moss mode, kind of, yeah. It's just very simple. Just a multiplier. Let's say, I'd say maybe 4 times or 5 times, otherwise you need more effort to achieve the 100-second timer. Yeah. Maybe? Currently it starts with a 20-second timer that's going to be counting anyway. And then if you're putting in power cells for triple speed for a portion of time, then once you got 5 of those in, triple speeding the entire time, that'll be 100 seconds, which is what it has to count through at minimum anyway. But the adjustment there is that if you have a gap in power cell drops, you still can actually make some progress. It's just at 1/3 the speed. If anything, they wouldn't need to be destructible at that point. Because worst case scenario, you sit and just kill the enemies around it. That seems a little bit hard, a little bit unwieldy. If it runs out, actually, yeah, this is what I do. This is what I do. If the excavator runs out of hit points, it doesn't blow up, it gets disabled. You put a power cell in, it recovers its shields and some amounts of health, not a lot, but a amount of health. And it's able to run at triple speed because it's recently had a power cell. Take out that failure condition, because it's not currently a failure condition, you just lose the excavator. Last stage ascension, I'm drawing on those mechanics, yes. I am specifically drawing on those mechanics. It's similar to how with Kalimos. Kalimos gets too much damage and it stops making progress towards hunting down the next Legocyte. Those kinds of mechanics coming together. Because excavation doesn't have a failure condition other than you running out of lives. So those elements there would add towards the excavator just being able to complete its job. You wouldn't feel like it just gets instantly obliterated and you have no chance to get anywhere. When it gets recharged, I would also personally add a few seconds of immortality on it, so that it can't be disabled again for like 5 seconds. If anything, give it shield gate. Yeah, give it shield gate, because in the circuit it's getting popped straight away. Give it shield gate, Toxin can't bypass the shields. So when the shields run out, it's got 3 seconds, during which you can put in another power cell, you protect it. You want to be putting in the power cells anyway, to give it the speed boost, all of that. It all comes together. Bada bing, bada boom. Circuit can just one-shot excavator before it hits the ground if you're unlucky. I've had that on stream. I've genuinely had that on stream, where it just landed, and it was just dead. I was holding a power cell, I was stood on it landing, and it still instantly died. Let support frames heal them. That would be the next thing, yes. That would be the next thing. Because, like, some support frames can already protect them, but not a lot.
Destroy the reactor.
So, yeah.
The reactor will have tight
Do excavator hit points not scale of enemy level in circuit? They do, but not at the same level that enemies scale their damage.
the payload.
Enemy damage scaling beyond level, like, I think it's like level 80. Beyond that point, enemy damage scaling is higher than hit point scaling for level. And in the circuit, you very rapidly go beyond level 80. Very rapidly. Oh, that's not a place I can drop down to. So yeah, it's all a thing. That is not where I want to go, waypoint. I want to go this way. Yeah, true, the release of circuit didn't scale and it was worse. But yeah, that would be my changes to excavation. It drops with a 300-second timer. You put in a power cell, and it takes 3 seconds per second for 20 seconds. Rather than 1 second per second. So it just makes progress faster. They could make it where instead it was a percentage rather than a timer on it, or something like that. It doesn't matter to me.
Expose its core and destroy it.
So our circuit starts over 80? Yes, it does.
That's it. Now get out of here.
So the damage to hit point ratio is already higher there than it was on normal circuit. I don't know if the steel path health modifier affects excavators though. That would skew it backwards. Anyway. So, start with a 300-second timer. Power cells make it triple speed for 20 seconds, which effectively clears 60 off the timer in 20, giving us parity with today. If the excavator is reduced to 0 hit points, it goes into a disabled state until a power cell is given to it, rather than being destroyed. And final change, shield gate is an actual thing on them, which would give them up to 3 seconds of immortality on having their shields broken, with no toxin bypass, just so toxin isn't an instant threat. With all that, you're guaranteed then, if you put in a power cell, of 3 seconds of fast progress because of the shield gate. Assuming it's got enough shields for 3 seconds, which it should do at the level you're caring about that. What loader am I using for Dan Spore Laser? Let me bring that up for you. Is this coming or is this my suggestion? My suggestion. So this Spore Laser, as you can see here, is using a Deep Breath. This is an Ulnaris Spore Laser Deep Breath. And the reason being, as I outlined in the Dan video on building the Spore Laser, is because of the access to the resources needed. It was just much more accessible. Let's keep this going. Defection changes. Defection changes. Don't let them get stuck. Don't let them get stuck. Better rewards. There we are. That's pretty much it. That said, when it comes to defection, if there was an actual mechanical change, there is a way to fix them getting stuck and also allow you to interact better at the same time. You know how we can pick up power cells and we can pick up data masses, hoist them over your shoulder and run with one in particular. You get a squad of people together. All right, there's 4 survivors, 4 of us. Everyone grab one and run. I mean, it's what everyone wants to do in an escort mission, right? You're fed up of waiting for the guy to get there. You just want to pick him up and take him to the objective. There you go. That's how you do it. So if one gets stuck or one's looking a little bit weaker, you just pick him up and run. They can follow you as quickly as rescue targets do. That kind of defeats the entire purpose because rescue targets teleport. But yeah. The whole point is you're having to get them to extraction. But the idea of being able to pick up one of the group and just carry them is hilarious to me. And allows you, in the process, to fix if one gets stuck. You just go, oh yeah, this one's not just Cavor. They're not just defective in the whole... what's the word? People who don't want to fight. I've lost that word. Where is it? Pacifist, that's it. Yeah. So the whole pacifism defect, maybe you find one stuck on terrain, you go, you've got a little bit more than just a pacifism defect, haven't you? Hold on, let me just pick you up. We'll take you there. Don't worry. We'll give you some glue to eat later. Dematerialize them with our hand like we do capture targets. You realize we're killing them there, Aliu, right? You realize we are tearing them apart piece by piece and then using the gathered data later. It ain't an easy access to the outside. Get Grendel and Augment to swallow allies harmlessly. Rule 34 says no.
There is a prisoner here that is vital to our operation.
Lotus says they're now ready for questioning. Yeah. Now they're trapped in a data engram. You've gone full Samaris on them. Need the subjects brought back alive? Yeah, because you don't want them to hit brain death before they're scanned into the USB stick. Well, he sounds in trouble. Oh. They should probably put some traffic lights on that. Am I sure about that? Moon. Yes. Yeah.
You are approaching the holding area.
Let's go.
Careful. If the wardens detect you, they will surely initiate the execution sequence.
I mean, they've detected me.
Go.
Oh, shit. Okay, they detected me. Fair enough. Don't know who set it off, but they detected me. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Well, Mythic, we did go there once. Once.
I will not forget this, Tenno.
It was a mistake on the stream, but it's fine.
You need to bring the captive to safety. Protect them at all costs.
Oops. Bollocks, bollocks. There we go.
Don't suppose
No,
you have an
no,
extra
no.
gun?
Damn it. Sit still. Turns out the small laser is not an ideal weapon for shooting at ospreys, but there we are. So there was an AMA stream a while back, and a few people decided to ask the question, something along the lines of, which Warframe is the most breedable? And so, no, Flo, we did not accidentally go there. On a different screen, not on stream, I said there is a simple way for us to answer this practically. There's a very simple way to answer this practically. Bring up a Rule 34 dedicated website. Search in Warframe and then see which Warframe is tagged the most. The answer was Saren. And that was how I gave you the answer. What are we talking about? I mean, I've been talking about it for all of like 2 minutes, so how the hell have you lost track already? It's not exactly been a long conversation. We were talking about an AMA stream, which is why I ended up having to have a Rule 34 dedicated website up on my other screen during a stream once. Yes. I'm surprised not Wisp. I'm surprised too. No, I'm not really surprised. Wisp has been out for less time than Saren, so I guess there's just been more time for Saren stuff to be produced. Alt-tabbed, here's breedable Saren. Well, you know, that's what you get for paying only half attention, isn't it? Is there a video of this on YouTube? Again, it was on another screen, so all you'll get is my reaction, I suppose. But yes, the AMA is over on my replay channel, !replays. And look for one of the AMA streams. It's been a while since I did that. How can you empirically confirm this? Well, if you're going to do it without data, and just kind of through generalized observations, which would be empirical, then I guess just start opening up pages and see how much you want to goon. There you go. That's your answer. Yeah, no, the AMA streams, any other stream aren't individually linked like that, Ellie, no. Next AMA stream when? Not sure. Not sure. I'll think on it. Will Dan build any other Warframes besides Rhino and Dante? I don't really have a reason to be honest. I may need to build a control frame for some nodes,
Still working on
but
it. Continue to defend.
even in that arena, Rhino has some control to him, so does Volt. So will I need him?
Stay focused. There's a
What
heavy unit
more
approaching.
does one actually need to complete the missions in this game? Because it's not like stealth is really required for much of anything. We can be stealthy by just, you know, moving quietly.
Area completed.
Fairly well.
This will
Titanium for
be
speedrunning?
difficult.
Not necessary.
Get to a terminal and prepare for enemy
It's not
resistance.
necessary. You guys looked at the top ship on AO3. Oh wow, okay. Top one's Drifter Arthur? No comment. Didn't realise it'd be that popular for such a short amount of time. I guess... I mean, it's not been that short when you think about it now. Arthur was announced... Wait. A while back? 1.5 years ago?
This will take a moment.
Yeah, I think it was 1.5 years ago that we learned about Arthur, so... There's been time. We've known about the other Hex members a little less. Yeah. Have I been reading AO3? Nope. Arthur's the first one to be shown? Yep. Aoi was there in voice, but voice only. Which I acknowledge is still enough for some people, but... that would explain why still more Arthur.
Continue to defend.
And then, of course, just Arthur being Arthur, which apparently works for a lot of people. Bap. Yeah, Rhino does take care of a lot. And what Rhino can't handle, Volt can handle. And what neither of them can handle isn't something I have to deal with. We are sailing through this, and that's because Warframe starchart is actually really easy. It's just a process of going through it. Where's that guy? There's that guy. Hey, glaive to face. What do you think? Another? No? Guy would like a lot more glaving. And he's gone. There we are. Thank you for that. There's Arthur, Aoi, and Atomic Cycle teaser for a while? There was, yeah. With some people joking that the Atomic Cycle was going to be the Proto-Vault. Little did we know.
Location reached. Drop me in and defend our position.
You still can't get Arthur's voice actor going. I'll give anyone that romances him 10k plat out here. I have no other context for that, sorry. I have none of the context as to how that came about. Next question. Yep. I should have seen that question coming. I should have seen that question coming.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Stop! You did solar disruption level, Capudante.
Continue to
Nice!
defend.
Very well done. Hope you enjoy all your relics. Assuming you were one that pays out relics and not like credits. Oh no, there's a J-Light Xmas. If only I were able to not AFK on top of the console. Nearly there. Taxon's down. No! And there we are. Another pointless mobile defense done. Let's get out of here.
Mission complete.
It still surprises me that they give no actual reward for an entire mission like this.
Mission complete.
Wild.
Excellent work, Tenno.
By the same statistic method, search product frame mostly results in AOE. Well, thank you very much for the info. It was a question I suppose was asked, and a method that has been utilized on this channel, so sure, it's all true to form, but let's just move on. Quick 6-minute mission for 10k creds? Yeah. Yeah. So rewarding, much wow.
Satellites in the vicinity contain important surveillance data. Defend them while I extract that data.
From one mobile defense, straight into another. Mmm, yummy. What fun. At least I can still level my Odinata a bit more.
Do not let
Has or will Dan's goal switch from Mermaid to Techrot in that of 1999? Nope. Dan had a specific vision of a specific goal, and Dan's gonna damn well do it. The whole Techrot and 1999 is immaterial. Dan will get around to dealing with that stuff and be a little shocked by it all, sure. Because that was not exactly in Dan's visions. Dan has visions of the future, not the past. But, yeah. Dan is not really going to change up his focus just because the game gets updated.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
One thing you don't enjoy in Warframe at the moment, as Redo, is figuring out which weapons you should sell, which you should keep, be it with existing primes, crafting components from cannons, material cost for initial crafting. I feel like there's a single page on the wiki that has the answer for all of that lot. So you don't have to figure it out, you just reference a single table. I feel like that's all there is to that one. Like, I get that there's no in-game reference for, oh, you might want this later.
Find the next satellite.
But outside of just, oh, is there an incarnate upgrade, there's the table for, is this a crafting component? And those are the only two uses. Plus weapons, lots of cheap. Alrighty, we are on location.
This satellite.
Level 1, I took all those shots because I missed. Xmas. Am I actually going to level up Odinata? Wow, I've not even got one whole level so far from this mission. Christ.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
Come on. Give me a level, please. Just one level. I mean, I'd like more, but at least one. Will Dan craft any of the original incarnates? Quite possibly. Dan will need weapon upgrades to handle Steel Path. Although, actually, I say that. Dan might not need to. The options that Dan will get access to just by doing the quest might be sufficient. Because the Nataruk is powerful. The Nataruk is damn powerful.
Move on to the next target.
Yeah, fair enough, Redo. I get where you're coming from. Yeah, you want to check with every single weapon to see if there is a variant, to see if it's worth selling the item, or because there's a variant to pick up or not. I get it. And you don't want to be buying a weapon slot for every weapon group in the game. But also you want to hold on to weapons in case you may need it somewhere, but you don't want to hold on to weapons, but you do...
Stay focused. There's a
I get
heavy
it.
unit approaching. This is it.
Just so many options available to you. You're not sure which one to take. The game doesn't make it very easy. And so it's just tedium and effort. Tedium and effort you'd rather not go through, you just want to have your mastery rank. I get it. Why is it always Guardian Xmas? They just add the amount of bullets I need. Ew. It's weird that some weapons use other weapons to craft them. I mean, it's not weird. It's just different. I don't know what makes that weird. Like, it's a weapon that gets improved or altered into another form. It's not that crazy to me. The damage I'm receiving is a little bit crazy here. Yoinks! Hey, not Guardian Xmas for once. They actually go down in a reasonable amount of shots. Speaking of going down in a reasonable amount of shots. I am taking more than a few hits here. Where the other Xmas go? There it is. Xmas are a lot of affinity, so they're worth focusing down.
Satellites have been hacked. Move to extraction.
Okay, I've got one rank up on the Veritux and one on my my Arcwing. Does that have the Morzelon? Haven't got around to building a Necromech yet, so no. Necromech will come later. Is Railjack part of the progression for new players? Railjack is... it is required, because you need it for the new war. So yes, you will have to build a Railjack at some point as a new player. Either build or buy.
Another job well executed.
Need to kill with Arcwing to get more XP? Thank you for explaining how XP works to me in this game. I am fully aware. Fun fact, the rate I can kill with my gun is more than twice the rate I can kill with my Arcwing. So I was doing it the correct way there. Okay, next up we've got another defection mission. Alright, let's do it. Ages since you played Otanata, what abilities do damage? Yeah, the Seeker Volley or whatever it's called. That's the beginning.
The scattered survivors of this infestation have barricaded themselves in safe areas throughout the Scallion. Escort the crew to the waiting escape ship. Don't be alarmed by the crew. They're Grineer defectors, rescued by Steel Meridian, but
Grineer defectors? Oh my!
Instead, they've banded together in search of a more peaceful life. They call themselves Kavor. I've located
There we go.
a group of survivors. Find them.
You're disappointed how brief the Necromech part of New War is?
The Galleon's
I mean, the New War's already a long quest. So, on the one hand, I get it. It's a very brief section. People are like, oh, why is it required? It doesn't feel like it should be required for this, blah, blah, blah. I get it. I genuinely do. But at the same time, how much longer do we want them to draw things out? Do I like to play everything again, by the way? Most of it, yeah. There are little bits which like, can we get on with it? But most of it's fine. Shit, I should have brought Bolt. Oh well, this one's going to be a little bit longer. Let's do that to just get the whole group of them off the NPCs. Everyone looking good. Still healing up a bit. Alright, you're good, you're good. You're healing still. Good enough. Oh shit. How have you taken damage whilst on the healing pod? God damn it. I'll babysit this one. That's the one I pick up and run with in my suggestion. Yeah, kit guns on release were very strong, yeah. The Catch Moon really had its day and then some. But those days came to an end.
It's killing me.
I know it's killing you. Hurry along. You'll be fine. You can get there. You good? You good? You good? Yeah, you good. Alright. Here's the thing with the old Necromech and New War thing. And D, you've made this explicitly clear. Part of, if not the big reason for making it required for the New War, is so that going forwards, they always know any content locked behind a New War, a player doing it always has access to a Necromech and always has access to a Void Ray, to a Railjack. They always have access to both of those. You can't do the New War without them. Do you know for a fact that every single post-New War player has that gear? Maybe it's not great gear, but they have it. So any content thereafter, they can also include that and know that it's not going to accidentally lock people out. That's why it's there like that. Now, is that really so necessary? Is that something they had to do? Hard to say. But it means that it's no longer something they have to dance around when producing the higher tier content. It's just not a barrier to them. And that's fine enough with me. As of when I get to doing the Necromech grind on Dan, I'm sure I'll discover just how truly mortifyingly long it is. And then I'll definitely fall in lockstep with all the other new players complaining. I'll be able to have experienced it firsthand on a new player account like this one, specifically this one. I'm like, yes, your plight is real, it's so difficult and hard to get a Void Rig. Oh, how did I ever misunderstand before? We'll see.
There's another group
We'll
of
see.
survivors looking for an escort. A group of survivors has escaped.
Kind of while remembering Catchman used to have 50% usage rate. Yeah. It was kind of a bit bonkers back then, wasn't it? Still find kick guns as all good options for mid-game? They are, yeah. It's just once you're hitting like arbitrations into Steel Path, most of them fall off. Or are certainly outclassed by the A and S tier weapons out there. Except Sport Laser. Sport Laser's crazy good. Correct me if I'm wrong, but don't you need the Paracesis, right? It just makes you one for the time you're there. I can't remember exactly, but I think you're right on that, yeah. I think DE considered requiring people to build the Paracesis and then decided against it, which is certainly a choice. Why not Void Rig? A very good question. I feel like part of that comes down to the nature of the content being deployed. If you don't have the Paracesis, you still have melee weapons. If you don't have the Void Rig, you don't have a Void Rig. Well, if you don't have Necromech, you just don't have a Necromech. So the very nature of content you can engage with changes. I think that's the point that DE have gone with. So yeah. Whether that is the right point or not, don't know. At this point, I don't know which side I really feel strongest about. Oh god, it's this. Alright, here we go. Yeah, Bone Widow's not that amazing. Some people swear by it, but then they're swearing by a bloody Necromech in the first place, so you know. You don't have Bone Widow, you don't have its mastery rank? Okay. That's fine. Everyone can miss out on that, it's not a problem. It's Bone Bloody Window. 6,000 mastery. 8,000 if you former it 5 times over and keep leveling it. You can do without, it's fine. Is it worth it to form your Void Rig? Yes, because then you can fit more mods onto it. You should definitely be checking out my Void Rig modding guide, because not only do I give you a guide on how to mod it, I give you a guide on how to mod it per former invested. So for each additional former you can spare the time to invest and then level it up for, you've got an updated build to fit exactly the amount of investment you've made. So absolutely, check out my guide on modding the Void Rig. save yourself the hassle of guessing which formers to use and how far you need to go. I got you covered. Oh, you say that mastery rank's the most important part of Bone Widow? Well, that's a damning indictment. Half of all necromechs are mastery fodder. What a claim. You're not wrong. This is the most shady plug you've ever heard? How is that a shady plug? What the hell do you consider a shady plug? Like, are we talking a plug where someone has routed the earth cable with a Cheez-It? I consider that a pretty shady plug. What are you on about here? Shady plug. Shady plug is if I start telling you about some freemium game on your phone. And it's like, oh, use this creator code. It's definitely all for the best, guys. Definitely here to help you. Just want to give you a game to play. It is freemium, but you know, you can handle it. It's only $2,000 per battle pass. Now that'd be a shady plug. You felt like you were getting scammed? Look, alright. I think this one's entirely on you. If you hear me talking about one of my videos and you feel like the way I'm talking about it is a scam, yeah, mate, you're just not reading people. Well, here's the thing, Boone. Wouldn't you consider that plug damn shady if it had a Cheez-It as an earthing cable? Earthing pin? Yeah? That'd be damn shady, wouldn't it? But also a very funny thing to imagine. You just got a plug where one of the pins, it's not a solid pin coming out, it's just this floppy little Cheez-It. Yeah. Just the very thought. Wildly unexpected, and I keep you entertained with it. Just like when we mentioned the breedability of Saren. You know? It keeps people entertained. If we stick to the mundane, we're not going to get anywhere. See? Yeah, we got someone again with that one. There we are. It's beautiful. Now we're even referencing this very same stream we're already in and it's getting people. Saren, really? Apparently. I don't make the rules. Sure as fuck didn't make that one. We're gonna go deal with this guy. Alright. Come on, you whiny son of a bitch. Bollocks. I can just leave the defense target for a bit. Come here, you. No, no invis. Doesn't work, I've got damage numbers. Thank you. Slam! There we are. I shouldn't have brought up Saren. We're getting shady vibes from the chat now. Tier 3 stream me. God, even that itself is tier 3. Oh dear. And this is why I limit streams to about 3 hours, because it's around about this point where things just start to break. Video games can suffer from a memory leak. We suffer from a standards leak. So 3 hours, 3 hours is where, you know, we keep things reasonable. Which reminds me, by the way, if you haven't already grabbed yourself a ticket for the raffle, exclamation ticket in the chat, we'll be doing the draw after this mission. So if you'd like to get yourself a little bit more platinum, make sure you have that ticket already. Absolutely. Don't tell me about the Sabuchi tier list. Yeah, you know what? I don't need to know about that. You're very right. You are very right. You think the Zorus alone will carry to Steel Path? I mean, that's why I've got Zorus Spore Lacer. The two of them together are kind of bonkers. I'll then pick up the Nataruk and I'll pick up the Grimoire, and that's all the weapons I need. Because in the vision that Dan had of his future, did you guys notice the loadout that Dan had in that first video? In that 0th moment that Dan woke up to? Did you see the vision? Because I put that together intentionally. That wasn't just random gameplay of my main account. That was Dan, with Dante, with a Nataruk Grimoire Zorus. I had this planned from the start. Is Dan's surname perhaps Tay? No. It's Dan Tayford Arwen. Yeah, Dan Tayford Arwen.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave
Planned
or continue?
from the start.
That's the last of them. Objective is secure. Let's go home.
Planned from the start. You finally got it now? Yeah, I've had to spell it out a bit. You thought it would be Dante? You thought I would be able to get the username Dante? Or anything remotely close to just Dante? Even before the Warframe was added to Warframe, you thought I could possibly get the username Dante? No. Can't even get the clan name 0 to hero. Tap water or bottled water, which you prefer? Tap water. Waste less plastic. But yes, I know I said that was the last mission, but isn't there just one more mission left to do on here before... No, there's a couple. You know what, never mind. We'll complete that another time. Right! Waste? Yes, plastic bottles are a waste. An absolutely ridiculous waste in a lot of times. But don't get me started on overconsumption, because I will stray right into politics. I will dive headfirst into that. And I don't want to on stream, because we don't want to talk politics here. This is a gaming channel. So let's talk a giveaway instead. If you haven't already grabbed yourself a ticket, exclamation mark ticket in the chat. You've got 1 minute left to grab that for your chance to win 75 platinum. Absolutely. Germany has an exceptional recycling return system. Yeah, no, Male J, nope. I'm not having this, nope. That is politics bait, and I'm not doing it. I'm not falling for it. Tap water in the UK is also significantly better than places in the US. In fact, tap water still varies throughout the UK, but we have exceptionally high standards on our tap water, yes. Politics. Too close. It's too close. Which drone is most adorable? No idea. Wonder if we get a 1999 related Neckamech with Albrecht? Who knows? Alright then, that's enough time for everyone to grab a ticket. If you haven't already grabbed one, let's close the entries there. If you haven't got a ticket now, you never actually wanted one. Alright then, so... out of those who have entered, we've got 80 tickets in it today. 80 tickets. There's only going to be one winner. The winner today is, in fact... Umbrelli. Umbrelli with an underscore on the end, of course. Congratulations, you are the winner today of the Platinum giveaway. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Ellie, it's your turn. It is your turn, absolutely. So, Ellie, I will be contacting you shortly after the end of the stream, because you have to go through the same process as everyone else. That's how it works. You still have to go through the same process. I'll be contacting you shortly after the end of the stream. Get hold of your Warframe username, platform, and cross-save status. Make sure we've got that all absolutely up to date, and get that sent on over to you. Congratulations, Ellie. What in the 1984 is this? Again, no politics, please. Yes, I'm overcalling that rule now, but it still applies, technically, kind of, slightly. We can all call this rigged? Sure, why not? Doesn't make it true. Anyway. For now, though, that, unfortunately, is all the Dan that we have got time for today. I know it's true. Time runs out. It really do be like that. What has this been doing the entire time? I switched it to the setting, but I didn't actually look. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. Alright then. So bias, literally work in a retail store. All people drinking tap water will hurt your income. I mean, I never suggested all people should drink tap water, but bottled water still is somewhat ludicrous. Yeah, it's still somewhat ludicrous. I have very strong opinions on the whole thing. And also strong opinions on how to wear headphones, apparently. Right. Right, let us see. Who can we raid on into today? It is definitely a Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah, it is a Wednesday. Why did it not feel like a Wednesday for a moment? I suppose the chatter has been a little bit more Friday-esque, hasn't it? It has been a little bit more Friday-esque. Teetering very near to Discord supporter T-Lounge level. I've got anything bins out? Nah, done the bins. That's all sorted. That's all sorted. Hagen Ken? What the hell does Hagen Ken mean? Cal Jade, are you okay there? Did you accidentally your keyboard? I think you accidentally your keyboard. Alright, let us see. Who can we raid on into today? Let's go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. We've got to pick between Laser, Xenosfire, Gaz TTV. Oh, we've got a few we can go over to. Nurtured. I have no idea who this one is. We've got a spread of people we could go to today. We got a spread. Hunk Pain? That is not a name I said. Who the f is Hunk Pain? I don't see him at top of the list here. Have a good night. I have never seen that before, but alright. You have a good night as well, Cal Jade. Never seen that before. Everything's a text speak these days. So I'm gonna say, oh, there's a Rhino Heirloom giveaway. Sure, why not? Let's go to Xenosfire. I'm gonna let the giveaway sway me. Feck it. I'm gonna be basic as all hell today. Sorry, I'm mostly a little bit too slow on saying that. The raid's loading up. We're heading on in. Let's see what's happening. Is there a giveaway happening? Is there something interesting along the way as well? I'm sure we'll be there for more than just a giveaway, but all the same, chat. That is all from me today. Thank you very much for joining in. I will see you again on Friday for some more good stuff, whatever it'll be. You'll see all the time. But in the meantime, enjoy the rest of your working week. I'll catch you then. Bye-bye.